Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niner crew is here, and it's time to overreact to this crazy schedule, man. The Niners have, based off of last year's strength of schedule, the 11th toughest schedule this season, and we're going to talk about all of that right now, guys. So before we do, we have to go through the formalities. This is going to be a long show. We want you guys to check out the website. It is www.nothingbutniners.com. All right, we want you guys to go there, check us out. You're going to see a bunch of articles written by a bunch of people who put in a lot of work and time to bring you guys some good content, okay? So please, guys, make sure you check out the website. You're also going to see our social media handles there, okay? The Twitter and Snapchat have the same handle. It is Nothing But Nine, ERS, spelled out like that, okay? Then you have our Facebook and our Instagram pages. They're Nothing But Niners. That is spelled all the way out. All right, spaces in between, and you'll find us. No numbers in there. I am 49ers Mike _NF. My man Nick is here, but he is away right now from the camera. He is 49er Faithful 365. These are Twitter handles, folks. My man Tony is here. He is NJ Niner Fan 499. And my man Ali is here, the king of overreacting. I can't wait to hear what this guy has to say about this schedule. Will Ali cry tonight? We don't know. His Twitter handle is ALIYAZ, or Z, as they say where he's from. 08. Did I get the 8 right? Damn it, it's 01, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why can't I get it right? I almost got everybody's right, man. ALIYAZ 01, guys. 01, okay? But guys,
I'm gonna change my Twitter handle to whatever you pick now. You can pick my Twitter handle.
My apologies, man. There's no disrespect intended, man. My bad. But guys, we got to talk about this schedule here, man. This is crazy, right? Like, they got us starting out with 3 decent teams. We all know how the Bucs start every year. The Bucs start hot. They got Bruce Arians now. We're going to see something new from Jameis Winston. Like, let's talk about it, guys. Let's go through this stuff one game at a time. Ali, man, how do you feel about that opening game right there?
I don't mind the opening game, actually. I like the start time, how they changed it to 1:25. I think that helps us. Bucs, yeah, there's tough matchups there, but their O-line isn't the greatest. Winston had a good game against us last year, but we weren't at full strength, right? We were a beaten up team last year, so we didn't have a ton of players that should be ready for week 1 this year, plus all the new additions, plus a draft class. So excited for week 1. I think we should get after them week 1. I think it's going to be a game that the line right now I think I saw was -2 or something Bucs. So
that's good for the Niners, because if the Bucs are favored by 2, you get 3 points for being at home.
It's
all right. And that's before the draft.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think week 1 is shaping up nicely for us.
All right, so guys, while we're doing this, something I want to do is talk about, we're going to go through this thing week by week. We're going to overreact to it. I know my man Nick Watt, he keeps his eyes on the chats and everything over there, so I know he's going to be looking out for comments and questions. Let's also tell people what games we're going to be at when we get to them, because I know Nick has been talking about going to the Tampa game since last season. Once he knew who we were playing, Nick has been like, oh, I'm going to this one, I'm going to this one. So let's pass it off to Nick right now, man. Week 1 thoughts.
Week 1 thoughts, I'll be there. There.
And you're on the East Coast, so it's going to be a 4:30 game for us here on the East Coast. 1:25 or 4:25, depending on where you're at. So
yep.
What are your thoughts, man? They made it a later game. That's good, because we were a little worried that it was going to be a 10 o'clock game.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get hit with 2 10 a.m. games back to back with the Bucs and then Bengals. I'm glad that they stretched us out to 4:25 there. But I do think that the Niners need to do something different this year when they have East Coast games. I think they need to go to those games a little bit earlier than they normally do. Normally they fly out the day before, and then you can see it in the way that the team plays. Let's say they fly out, the early night before, let's say 5 o'clock Eastern time, it's 8 o'clock, or 5 o'clock Pacific time, it's 8 o'clock Eastern time. Then they get here and it's 3 hours later. So getting in at, whatever it is, 2 or 3 in the morning, and then they have to get up at a certain time and go eat or whatever, and then practice and do whatever. So I hope that they leave they start to leave 2 or 3 days earlier before the game. But I'm super stoked for the Bucks. Like you said, Bruce Arians is there. It's going to be a little bit of different Bucks atmosphere. But the Niners always seem to stack Bucks Stadium. It's really funny because being able to see them stack the stadium there. Tampa Bay fans don't go to a lot of football games. Florida people in general don't go to a lot of Florida sports games unless it's hockey and indoors. So,
well, I know if it's me, I'm not going to this game. Not because I don't want to be there, but if there's a time you don't want to go to a Florida game, it's at the beginning of the year. It's going to be hot as balls out there. Like
September's not too bad there.
Oh, come on! Like, you're a Floridian though. See, you changed up on me, man. You used to be a Jersey guy. You're a Floridian now, man. You think today is cold, too cold to be outside now?
Nah, I think it's nice out now. I mean, shit, I've been back here for over a year and a half, so I'm used to the weather here. But September's usually 80s. Sometimes you get those high 90 weeks, but it just really depends.
Yeah. All right. So Tony, what are your thoughts on this one, man?
I actually like the matchup because you got the 49ers coming in year 3 with Kyle and his system and the defensive system, and you're going to Tampa Bay with a new coaching staff with a new system that was being installed. So clearly they're not going to be under their top performance. But overall, I like it. I think the Niners can go out there and play a very good game. And I noticed earlier that Quan Alexander is already flipping shit about this matchup. He's already tweeting shit, man. He is pumped. And you know what? I like it. I like it. He's going to bring the intensity. He's going to get this team riled up. And I just want to see this defense come out strong. I really do. Also, I think it's a favorable matchup for our defensive line going against their offensive line with the addition of D Ford and, whoever we take with the first pick and the number 2 overall. I'm really looking forward to it. And I like the start, the 4:25 start. That's huge.
Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I do want to react. Actually, you know what? I'm going to react to it. My battery is dying for some reason. I got it plugged in. Let me message my wife really quick to flick the power switch on the protector here.
Tony went and said, while you're doing that, Tony went and said about how Quan Alexander's all hyped up. It was funny because he said somebody had said something like Latrilla. He said Latrilla on coming back or whatever, and somebody had said something to him, Latrilla's dead or something like that, meaning like it was a Tampa Bay fan, obviously. And then he went back and attacked them back, and I love that. I'm not going to say what he said. If you want to see the tweet, go check it out. But I like that because that means that we get that dog. We're getting that dog like energy from him. So I really like that. We need that in San Francisco.
Absolutely. I told you guys that this team was doing something different with the characters that they picked up this year. I told you guys that all these offseason moves, that DeMontre Moore, I told you guys they're going after guys with a different creed, with a different mentality. Enough of this nice guy stuff. These guys are here to play. You guys can come on. Don't worry. I'll cover you guys. Don't worry. I don't want to see you guys. All right, so my thoughts on this game is that it's a good one. It's going to be a good game, right? And it's a good one to boost our confidence with. Let's get on the road early, all right? That makes us an underdog already. Boom, right out the gate, right? Now you're going to come out here with D Ford, Buckner, and whoever we take at number 2 overall, hopefully a pass rusher of some sort, whether it be through the middle or the edge. It doesn't matter to me. If we go out there and we go against a bad, or they had a bad offensive line, and this could be a great morale booster straight out the gate. You go on the road, you go out there and you give them hell, and even if you lose, which I don't think we will, but even if we lose, you go out there and you give them hell, all of a sudden you got some confidence here. You know what I mean? This is something that the Niners need, and they need it early. I really, really, really like that. Okay? So that's where I'm at. Are we going to do something goofy right now? Like, are we going to overreact to the point where we're going to try to say wins and losses right now without drafts and stuff like that? Do you guys want to do that?
No, I wouldn't do that, no.
Come on, you don't want to have some fun?
I do.
Let's have fun.
I'm down, yeah.
I mean, look, this is let's be honest here. Without seeing preseason and all that, if anyone takes what we're saying right now as biblical, they shouldn't be watching.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Tony, you're outnumbered, buddy.
All right. Well, I mean, if Tony, if he doesn't want to give his vote, then he doesn't have to.
No, I'll do it.
All right. You guys still got me here?
Yeah.
Are we gonna go game by game here?
Yeah. So we'll go with Ali first. You give us your prediction and all, and then I'll be right back, guys. I don't know what the hell's going on in my house. I'm sorry.
All right. So week 1 at Bucks.
Week 1 at Bucks. I think that's a win. I think we're gonna win 31-17.
Ooh, a little bit of a blowout there.
Yeah, I think.
Why do you think it's going to be that way?
I think we're gonna have a defensive touchdown that game. I think we're gonna be after Winston all day, and Winston really struggles and throws a lot of turnovers and fumbles the ball if you get after him, and if he just feels uncomfortable in that pocket. We saw it last year. He turns the ball over and he takes a lot of risks. So I think we're going to get a defensive touchdown that game, maybe a couple more turnovers, and I think we're going to establish our run game in that game. That's what you want to do early on the road, is establish that run game, use our 3-headed monster that we have, and go beat up on that Bucks defensive line. And
I think you mean that 4-headed monster, baby. Don't disrespect my Dak juice like that.
And make the Bucks miss that linebacker they got rid of, Quan Alexander, and just take it to them at both levels.
All right. So Mike. He said 31-17.
Oh, we're doing score predictions too.
No, I'm not doing score. I'm just saying W or an L. I'm not doing no
okay,
score.
all right. Who's up next? Y'all want me to go next? Who's next?
Let Tony go.
I'm saying W. I say we get the win. I think Kyle's gonna be aggressive. I think he's gonna show the run game. He's gonna attack them with the run game. He's gonna use the running backs in the passing game, and he's gonna set up like the deep field, like the deep attacks versus the secondary. I think the defense is the front four is gonna have a hell of a day versus this offensive line. Because if I'm correct, I think Steve Ford is going to be going up against Donovan Smith, who tends to struggle with speed rushers. And, we still have that number 2 pick to add another player to this defensive line. So I'm going with the W, and I think this is, like Mike said, this is the game this team needs to go on the road and get that W, to build confidence that we can win on the road, not just at home. We can go into your house and beat you. We added key pieces to this defense, so I think this defense really gonna come out aggressive.
All right, Mikey, what do you think?
All right, I think you guys are underestimating what BA does with quarterbacks, man. I have not seen this guy make a quarterback not look good before. You think back to his early days in Indy. You think back to his days with Ben Roethlisberger. You look at what he did in freaking Arizona. Carson Wentz looked good under him. Like, come on, man. This guy makes bad quarterbacks look good all the time. And here's the thing about Jameis Winston in particular. And I don't know if he's going to be their quarterback. I'm not 100% convinced that Winston's going to be their quarterback all season or even in the beginning of the season. But I will say this. We've seen Jameis Winston make some eye-popping wow plays. Like, holy smokes, I can't believe he did that. If anybody can get those plays out of him with a little bit of consistency, it's BA. And so I think that we got to give that man a little bit more respect. That said, there's 2 things that travel well in the NFL. That's going to be defense. That's going to be the run game. And I think the Niners got that all on lock. They're ready to unleash themselves this year. I don't expect Jimmy Garoppolo to have a huge, massive game or anything like that. I don't think he's going to come out and throw for 300-400 yards or anything like that. But I do think the running backs are going to go berserk. I think the running backs are going to go berserk. And I think that it's going to be something that pays dividends for us. You control the time of the clock. You control you make their defensive line tired, and it's all good. So that's what we want to do. I'm going to call this one a W. And if I had to give a score prediction, it's going to be something like 26-24. Like we edge them out there. And with our kicker not named Robbie Gold. What's up? Yeah, I said it. With our kicker not named Robbie Gold.
Wow.
Robbie
Bold
Gold will be a Niner. Robbie Gold will be a Niner. I'm going to go a little bit different here. I'm going to say that, I mean, not different. We're going to win. It's a win. It's definitely a win for us. But I think that this is what's going to stand out to me the most on this game is going to be the defense. And Quan Alexander, if he starts, I think has two forced fumbles. Yeah. I think he's going to ball out this game. Like this game for him being week 1 is just going to boost his whole confidence for the entire year and is going to make him be like lights out. I think he's going to be like the defensive player of the game. But I also think that
is he even going to be healthy week 1?
That's what I was wondering.
He's going to be healthy. He wouldn't have tweeted something out like that if he wasn't going to be healthy.
That's not true. He could just be happy to see his people out there. He didn't say, I'm going to kick ass.
Come on, bro.
He's literally going to be ready for OTAs. Training camp, sorry.
He's already – dude, this guy's already running on treadmills. He's already doing, workouts. Dude, he'll be ready.
Y'all putting a lot of faith in this guy, man. All right, okay. Hey, I'm with it. Let's do this. Let's do it.
Yeah, he should be healthy. So he should be good to go. But I agree with you. I agree with you on Bruce Arians. He works well with quarterbacks, but I think that Jameis Winston needs more than Bruce Arians. And I don't think Jameis Winston and Tampa Bay fans hate Jameis Winston. Like they literally hate him. Because of he had a really good first 2 seasons, then he started to flail off a little bit. I'm not going to go 24. Would you say 26-24, Mike? That's what you said? Ali said 31-17. I'm going to go in the range of 28-14. 28-14. And I think because of those 2 fumble recoveries are going to be a difference maker for us to be up by 2 touchdowns.
Our defense held like 2 teams all of last year to 14 points. And it was both times the Cardinals, and they beat us. Like,
yeah, but we also had no pass rush, which we have now. Not counting whatever we get in the draft, we have a pass rush, and we have another fast linebacker to where it's not, that week we lost Reuben Foster when we lost to Tampa Bay last year. The night before the game, we lost Reuben Foster. That made a huge difference. We're not playing with a practice squad quarterback. That'll make a difference. So yeah, I'm going 28-14. I'm going to write it down too. You're
going to do the round 1 of season predictions. Okay. You should keep track of everybody's in. That's what you should do. You should try to keep track of everyone's here. And let's just see how horribly wrong we were. I mean, look, if we're going to have another season where we only win 8 games, who are the 8 teams that we're gonna beat? We got to try to. All right, never mind. I'm not gonna say all that right now. All right, so week 1, those are gonna be the final predictions, guys. We got a clean sweep across the board, and that never bodes well. Even on days in the NFL when they have the panel pick people, it's always wins across the board, and that's the team that loses. So
I just think right now this team overall is ahead of Tampa Bay, no matter who the coach is and who the quarterback is. It's
how can you say that with any kind of confidence?
Because it's a brand new scheme. These guys are coming into a brand new system. And when you talk about his system, it's hard to adapt on 4 preseason games in a training camp. Usually it takes week 1, week 2 going into the season to fully gel and fully get in rhythm.
This is damn near a new system for Jimmy. He's played all of 3 games for real in the system.
But he knows it. You understand? There's a difference.
He knows the playbook.
Let's be real. You get to Winston, like Ali said, he starts doing stupid shit. So I think they're going to go after them.
All right. So my kids are all going to bed. They're telling me I love you. If you guys see me doing this in the small things, there's no gang stuff over here. I do like a little ritual thing with my kids every night. We're doing it through the window over here. All right. So let's move on to week 2. My dog is barking at the neighbor. Come here, stupid. She lives there, fool. let's move on to week 2, okay? The Bengals. Now, also another thing is we're looking at this as an individual thing. I want you guys to talk about the effects of being on the road back-to-back games. You know what I mean? These are things that are going to take a toll on this team. And we get a couple of back-to-backs, and we even get a three-peat where we're at home. But we have to talk about this because those things weigh on teams. So here we are for our second road game, okay? We're going from Cali over to Florida. I think Nick was saying earlier, this might be our longest distance traveled all year. So we got to factor that in there too, and that's why Nick was saying he wants us to get there a little early. Our second game is going to be against the Bengals. It's not as far as a travel for that game, but it's still a little hike over there. So I don't know if they're going to go back to Cali and then go back up, or if they're going to go from there and then try to stop it in the middle on the way. I have no idea, but we'll see what happens, okay? So we got the Bengals, and no one knows what's going on with the Bengals. Will A.J. Green be there? Won't he be there? We know that they're going to keep that running back Mixon. He's going to be there. We don't know if Andy Dalton's going to be the quarterback. And so I'm just going to say, based off of just that, I won't waste anyone's time. I'm going to call this a win because we have no idea what's going to be there. I don't even know who their new coach is. What's his name? I rest my case. Do you see how the entire panel was stuck in stunned?
Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor from Rams.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to just chalk this one up as a win, just on the fact that this is going to be only their second game. I think this is their home opener, though. If I'm not mistaken, this is their home opener. They're going to be hyped. They're going to be pumped. So they're going to come out, and all it's going to take is one or two good drives early on to completely deflate that stadium and deflate that team. You got a new coach, and if things aren't going your way early, they're done.
I'm on the same page as you, Mike. I think it's going to be a W for us, but I also like the fact that it's going to be a test for us to be on the road for 2 consecutive weeks, and it's good for this team. The team could come together. I honestly think I wouldn't be surprised if they stay somewhat in Youngstown instead of flying back to the Bay because they did that previously.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised with a scenario like that. But I do like the back-to-back road games because it is a test for this team.
Nice and early, and that's another thing. People were talking about how tough the schedule is early on because of the traveling and the teams. I'm not gonna lie, the Bucks. If we played the Bucks in week 7 or 8, I'd be a little worried. Week 1, we got a shot. That favors us. Okay, playing the Bengals early, that also favors us. I mean, I would be worried if we played them in week 9 or 10, but playing them earlier is better for us. Let them get, like you said, learning a new offense and things like that. They can't get in their groove. So, who wants to go next on this one? We got 2 wins so far here.
Yeah, I'll take it. I think this could be this will be another win for us. It's going to be a different start than last season. Nice to start out 2-0. I think the Bengals secondary will be something that we might expose this game. I think we might see a lot more our running backs dumping off and taking advantage of that secondary because that secondary of the Bengals isn't really their strength. Their defensive line is more of their strength. And I think that we on offense, I feel like that we will take advantage of their secondary more. On defense, it comes down to stopping Joe Mixon and AJ Green and Tyler Boyd are there as well. But realistically, you don't want to be if you're the Bengals, you don't want to be putting the game and the ball in Andy Dalton's hands. That's just trouble if you're a Bengals fan. So you want the offense to run through Joe Mixon, and it will be nice to see how our front will hold up against him and that O line there, and hopefully Quan and Fred will not make him want to run through those holes. So if I had to predict a score, I'm going to say we win 38-16.
Nick, you're next, and you better check Ali on 2 weeks in a row with the Niners scoring 30. Okay, let me ask. Okay, do you think this is the year that Jimmy looks like Matt Ryan in his MVP season?
I think early he's going to look really good.
I don't know if he's going to look really good against the Bucks, but I'll give it to you on this Bengals one. I think that this game, like you said, the secondary isn't all that. Again, well, you know what? I don't want to take anything away from Nick. I don't know what he's going to say, so let me give it to Nick first, and then I'll come back to that.
Look, 30 points in a game. We averaged 24 last year with a practice squad team. So 30 points is really not out of the wind. I can't really say that it's not. Like, I can't laugh at Ali for those scores because we literally averaged 24 points, 24.6 points per game last year. So that's not, and then with a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo, a filled backfield, 30 to 35 points is not, you could literally do that every week. You got to remember, I mean, I know Jimmy Garoppolo is only in his first year in this, hopefully his first full year in this offense, but with the additions of Tevin Coleman, getting McKinnon back, getting Breida back healthy, Juice, the addition of Mr. Red Zone himself, if he makes the team, in Jordan Matthews, 16 of his 22 touchdowns came from the red zone. I can't laugh at Ali for saying 38, 31 points right now. I really can't. Secondary, like you said, is really weak, is a weaker portion of Cincinnati. I don't think AJ Green is the same receiver that he's been. Plus you have Andy Dalton there. Like you said, Joe Mixon, but I think Joe Mixon has speed. He's a little bit of a small, he's a little bit smaller back, I think. And with the additions of a pass rush, then being able to have, whether we get somebody that's interior or exterior for the big end, and then the speed at our linebacker position. The speed at our linebacker position is going to make all the difference in the world for against run game. So I really like that. I'm going to go 35-21 win.
All right, so I will say this. I do expect week one to be a run-heavy game from the 49ers as far as our offensive plan, and I think this week we try to open it up a little bit more. I do think that, and hopefully we have a new toy that makes this kind of coming out, a rookie wide receiver that makes this is his coming out party here. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. So do we have a clean sweep of wins here again?
Yes, I just need a score from you.
God dang it, Nick. I think this is going to be a low-scoring affair. I think that I'm going to say, I'll say 24 for the Niners, 16, 24-16.
Well, that's not that low score.
I mean, that's not a lot. That's less than a touchdown a quarter. So,
Yeah.
It's not a lot. I think this will be a very complete game. I expect to see the defense making some plays here. You know what I mean? I think that we get to see a lot of our free agents have good games. God forbid Verrett is active. He's going to make Andy Dalton look stupid. God forbid Quan Alexander is ready to go. He's going to be making plays in the middle of the field. And Fred Warner, let's not forget about Fred Warner. I'm not even just going to talk about our free agent acquisitions. This should be a good game for those guys in the middle of the field. It should be a really, really good game. So I'm looking forward to it. I do have this one as a win, but the Niners starting out with 2 wins in a row on the road, that's tough. That's tough for any team in the NFL to do, not just the Niners, regardless of the opponents. So that's why I say it's going to be low scoring.
Okay, so I got you for 24-16. Ali with 38-16. Myself with 35-21. All wins across the board. The Niners are starting off 2-0. Now, you were talking about I think that they don't go back to San Francisco here. I think they go somewhere else and stay because then they get that break with that bye. So, yes, you're keeping them away from their family for the first 2 weeks, but then they come home for the third game and then they have a bye the fourth week. So, I think they stay away and practice somewhere in, didn't Chip Kelly do that? I think he was the last one that did something like that, stayed for a week at a certain place.
Yeah, he did it also. We know Harbaugh did it for 2 years. Chip Kelly did it 1 year also. So it's very possible.
Yeah, I think
Youngstown is where we stayed before, and that's in Ohio.
Yeah.
So
I think if they didn't have a bye and they didn't have a home game then a bye, I think they would have went back. But I think since the schedule gives you 2 away games, then you're home, and then a bye,
And then you're home again. So you're 3
and then
weeks
you're
at
home again. So you're getting that 3 weeks there with your family again. So I think they stay away for that game.
And by the way, all right, I'm not going to jump ahead. But all right, let's go to week 3 now. Week 3 is going to be against the Steelers, and I'm going to tell you guys now, I got this as a loss. I'm not, and this is just off of principle. I'm not starting the 49ers 3-0. I'm just not doing it. If you guys want to tell me that we lose another game, then maybe I'll consider this one a win. But I'm not going to start as 3-0 here. I think the Steelers start rocky. And then what they're going to be doing is trying to get back on track here, even though they're on the road. It was going to suck to lose a home opener. And Nick, is this a game that you plan on being at also?
Hotel's already booked.
My man didn't waste any time, man. As soon as the rumor came out, my man sending me pictures. Mike, check it out. Reservation already done. Nick is in the building, y'all. Nick is wasting no time. So if you guys want to hook up with the MB Niners crew, man, we're going to be out there, man. 2 out of 3 games, Nick is already there. And you know what? I'm going to the week 4 game. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm going
week 5.
Huh?
Week 4?
Yep, week 4.
Week 4 is a bye week.
It's a bye week.
I'm going to be right at home at the game with everyone else.
You're funny.
All right, so listen, this is where I think the 49ers get tested. The Steelers have a good offensive line. They have a good run game with or without Bell. We saw what Connor was doing last year. He's a good weapon. I respect that man. We saw what Juju was doing and giving him fits. And I expect the Steelers to draft a wide receiver again in the 3rd or 4th round that's going to kick ass. They have a nose for finding really good wide receivers. Don't be surprised if they get a guy like Terry McLaurin in the 3rd or 4th round, and he's going to eat up the 49ers in the secondary. So I expect this one to be a hard game. And if I had to give you a score already, I'm going to say the Niners put up – I'm going to say we put up 20-plus points. I'm going to give the Niners 27, but this one the Steelers edges out 31-27. That's going to be my prediction for this game. Ali, man, what are your thoughts, bro?
This is a tough one. The Steelers line is really, really good. And Roethlisberger, you know, he's going to be looking to silence a lot of haters because you haven't really heard much from him with this whole Antonio Brown stuff. So he's going to let his play do the talking. And I think he could have a pretty good season here. James Conner is a back that has shown that they can rely on him as a bell cow, you know, back, and he is extremely productive. And obviously you can't forget Juju, and they're going to add this. There's one thing, like Mike said, there's one thing the Steelers know how to do. They know how to find late to mid round wide receivers and develop them into starters and productive players. So, you know, you add Juju. I could see them as someone who's taken Riley Ridley at the end of the second and just developing him. You know, they will be able to manage on offense without Antonio. And their first 2 weeks, I think, are tough. They open up at on the road in New England, and then they have another tough game. So they could possibly be starting 0-2. So I think, and on defense, they have a pretty decent defense. They signed Mark Barron. They have TJ Watt, who's coming off the edge, who's going to cause a lot of problems. Their secondary is sneaky decent. They drafted Terrell Edmonds last year in the first round. They have Joe Hayden back there. They have Artie Burns. They have a decent secondary. So I'm gonna say we will lose this one. We will lose this one by a field goal. It'll be a last minute field goal. Come down to like the last play of the game. Steelers are going to be driving, and they are going to get a last minute field goal. I think this final score will be 26-23.
26-23 Steelers. And it's a damn shame the Niners don't have a freaking kicker, man. You know, I mean, we're a kicker away from being good, and we don't have one. It's a damn shame.
You stop that shit.
I am going to embed this in your guys' head. Do not count on Robbie Gould being here, guys.
Where is he going to be?
Huh?
Where is he going to be? He's going to be at home?
I don't know. He might be home. He might be
No,
home.
man.
And I don't mean Chicago either. I mean home on the couch watching football games.
No, he won't.
All right. Okay. All right. Robbie Gould, listen, this is just like Le'Veon Bell. He's doing exactly what Le'Veon Bell did. And everyone's going to say, oh, but he's much older. Yeah, but kickers kick a lot longer than running backs run. He's in his prime right now. This is when he's supposed to do it. If there's ever a time you're going to hold out, this is when you do it. You guys better hope that we can find somebody. Where's Tavecchio? Where's that kid at? We had him on the practice squad. We better hope we find somebody. All right, Nick, your thoughts on this Steelers game? Go ahead and make the Niners 3-0. I dare you.
As much as I think Big Ben's going to struggle in the beginning of the season, and I think that Juju Smith will also struggle a little bit because of the fact that he doesn't have Antonio Brown on the other side. And just getting acclimated, I guess, to playing as being a number one receiver. I know he did do it last year playing-wise, but it still made a difference that he had Juju on that side. So I'm not going to mark us up as a win here, but I'm also not going to have us blown out. I don't want to say a field goal because you want to just keep hammering on the kicker thing. So I have us losing, but I'm going to go – let's see. I'm going to go –
imagine the score is 19-17 and the Steelers have one more possession. All they got to do is get in field goal range. They're going to do that. They're going to do it.
Yeah. I'm going to give us a loss here, and I'm going to say that it's a close one, and I'm going to go 21-19.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
21-19.
I know Tony popped in. I don't think he's back yet. We'll come back and get Tony's thoughts on this. So this is something. All right. So the next week is going to be the bye, and this is what I want to say about this. You know, we look at these games, and here's one thing that I like about our first 4 games. Believe it or not, every single one of them are AFC opponents. Every single one of them. They're all AFC opponents, and yes, they're going to matter with our overall schedule, right? But when it comes to tiebreakers and all that stuff later on in the year, these games mean a lot less. And so that I love. I love that the NFL is getting all these AFC games out of the way, because after we get the bye week and then we go on to the Browns, the next game that we play in against the AFC is the Ravens, and that's it. There's no more. It's just the Ravens. That's it. And so the NFL really did us a favor. I don't like how early the bye week is. I guess we can talk about that now. I'm not really happy about how early the bye week is, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it, especially because we all have this one being a loss. We come home, we disappoint the fans, we're disappointed. We're going to go out, we're going to sulk, we're going to come back in, we're going to review the film, and then these guys get to go to their bye week. Okay, and when the bye week ends, they're going to come back and they're going to be hungry. Okay, we let the fans down. We really got to step it up, and we have a tough Browns team coming in. Oh, wait, Tony's back. I saw Tony's shoulder. There he is. All right, Tony. So Nick is going to ask you we need your prediction for week 3 against the Steelers, man. Our opening game at home. Nick is going to be there for 2 losses.
All right, so this is a tough one for me because it's a home opener, okay? The stadium's going to be pumped. The team's going to be pumped to finally play in front of the home team. All the new guys get to play a game in Levi. So as much as I want to say that the Niners could beat this team,
which we could.
Coming in 2-0, okay? They have confidence. I just think if I want to say they're going to win. I really do.
I dare you. I dare you.
Don't dare me, Mike. They're going to win.
Come on. Give me a reason.
I'll say they're going to win. If they start off 2-0 and they come into that stadium, their home opener, and they could control Roethlisberger, not shut him down. They could control him. They can apply pressure on him. They can keep that running game. They're going to beat them.
Mic check, my bad.
Good, you're good.
He throws 400 yards at a time in his sleep, bro. You can't control that guy. He's an animal. He's an animal. And he's probably one of the hardest guys in the NFL to sack. Plus, if we start 2-0, that's even more of a reason for the Niners to lose. Because look at how young this team is. They're going to come in smelling themselves, and you know it. You know they're going home. We're 2-0. Oh, we're the big bad 49ers. We're at the top of the division right now. Oh, this is our league. This is our year. Jimmy's the truth. We got everything going. We're firing all cylinders. All these young boys on the team, it's going to go to their heads. We lose this game. We're going to.
So, besides Roethlisberger, what area do you think that they're significantly better?
I like their group of tight ends better than our tight ends overall, not individually. Don't do that to me, guys.
No, I'm hearing you. I'm listening.
Okay. I like their tight ends better than ours. I like their offensive line better than ours. I like their wide receiving core better than ours. And their quarterback. I think their quarterback is better than ours also.
So I went back and quickly looked at the Chiefs-Steelers game last year. Now, the Chiefs won that game, but Dee Ford and Chris Jones didn't make an impact, really. Dee Ford only had 2 tackles. Chris Jones had 1 tackle. They had no sacks, no turnovers. Roethlisberger and that offense were able to impose their will for the most part, as it was a high-scoring game. It was a back-and-forth game. I don't know if you all remember that game. But we by no means have the Kansas City Chiefs offense. And I think that it could be something similar with the Steelers O-line doing to us.
And not only that, Justin Houston didn't play in that game. He was injured already.
He played. He had two tackles, 2 assists.
Right. So my point is, we don't even have Kansas City's pass rush. Yeah, we got one of their guys, but they also have a good defensive tackle on that team. Also, his name is escaping me right now, but they have a good,
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
Yeah, like I said he only had 1 tackle. That's it.
But that's my point. They have a really good defensive front in Kansas City, a really good one. Like, listen, I just don't see it, man. I
know what you're saying. I don't know, man.
You really think this is gonna be a win, Tony?
I just said because he just dared me to.
Yeah, I know.
But honestly, I think it's going to be a lot more closer. Like, I'm sure Pittsburgh's going to come in like probably 7.5 point favorites, maybe 6.5 point favorites. But I think this game's going to be a lot closer than what people could be thinking. That's just my opinion.
Ali, you still have the lines pulled up or no?
No, I don't.
All right.
I don't have the lines for that game.
So here's the good news, faithful. With me daring Tony, we didn't have a clean sweep on the panel, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That means that there's a shot. It means that there's a chance. You know what I mean? So I got us 2-1 heading into the bye week. Nick has us 2-1. Ali has us 2-1. Tony has us. He really thinks it's 2-1, but I dared him. But he's got us 3-0 on Nick's official scorecard, which is unofficial because we're going to do all this again after the draft. All right. So guys, don't hold us to any of this stuff, please. We're having fun here. Nick, as we're heading into the bye week, is there anything that the comments or anything? Is anyone saying anything that we need to respond to or anything right now? No.
People are saying you're a backdoor Steelers fan.
Oh, now I'm a backdoor Steelers fan. If you guys knew how I felt about Ben Roethlisberger, which I won't say on the air, I'll tell the truth too. The Steelers.
I'll say he shouldn't be playing football right now.
Oh man. Oh, that's an understatement. That's a freaking understatement. I hate that guy. I did like the Steelers. I liked some of the players that they had years ago. I was a Jerome Bettis fan. I liked Troy Polamalu. You know what I mean? I liked there's another guy they had that was really nasty on defense, a linebacker. Anyway, they had a squad that I used to like years and years ago, but that's got nothing to do with anything. You guys can call me a Steelers fan. So I picked the Niners to lose and now I'm a Steelers fan. And no, they didn't say you were a Steelers fan?
No, it wasn't because they lost. You were just praising them in all aspects of the game.
No, I didn't say shit about their secondary. I didn't say shit about their.
No, but you were praising them all on their offensive side. That they're unstoppable.
Was it Joey Porter that you used to like?
Yes, freaking Porter, Joey Porter, big jaw. He looked like a freaking pit bull out there. But yeah. So am I supposed to praise their defense? Because what defense? The Steelers haven't had a good defense in years. So what was I supposed to give them props for? They get into shootouts with good teams. That's what the Steelers do. So what am I supposed to say?
Nothing. You don't have to do. You don't have to say anything.
I just don't understand the logic. I'm a backdoor Steelers fan because I'm praising their offense, which is what the one thing that they do really well is offense now. The Steelers used to be a good defensive team. Those days are long gone. They're still looking for another linebacker. So, it is what it is. All right, so we head into the bye week. And, Tony, this is what I was saying. I don't know if you were here or if you heard me when I said it, but what I like about our first 4 games is that they're all AFC people, every single one of them.
I heard that. I agree.
Yeah, and so as rough as it is, the NFL really did us a favor. So I like it, man. All right, so we go to the bye week. Anything else before we move on?
I'm just not a fan of the bye week.
Too early, right?
Yeah, way too early. You got a team that's trying to get stride, like get in rhythm, get a full head of steam going, and then you're on a bye 3 weeks in.
I really think, like I said, I think the reason they did that is because we're on the East Coast for 2 games back to back. Then they give us the bye, or then we go home and then we get the bye to relax. So I think that's why it's there. Because if you really think about it, last year when we went to Baltimore or Washington, Philly, and whatchamacallit, we had a bye in between there.
Well, we got 2 East Coast games technically later on.
You got Washington and Baltimore, and it's Washington. Another game that I think it's Baltimore. So I would have loved to have that bye week either after that middle game or after the second East Coast game. But
it goes Washington, Panthers at home, and then Arizona.
And then Arizona, then that's Baltimore?
No, Seahawks. Then we're at home for 3 games. After that.
And then that's Baltimore after that, after the Seahawks.
No. Seahawks, Arizona, Packers. We're at home for all 3 of those games. Then we're away at the Ravens and the Saints, which is pretty much
East Coast games.
Yeah. And then we're at Atlanta, which is still an East Coast game.
No. Then we're home.
Or then we're home against Atlanta.
Yeah.
So the perfect place for the bye is up top.
You think so?
Based off of the opponents and where we are, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, you give the young team time to recoup from smelling themselves, walking into their home stadium. We're big, we're bad. You get to let it sink in a little bit, all right? And then you go up against the Browns, who are also going to come in, and they're going to be smelling themselves. Now, we're at home. This is Monday Night Football. Not only do we have the bye week, we also got the freaking Monday night game. They are giving us all the time in the world to prepare for one of our toughest games of the year. And I'm saying it now. The Browns are going to be a decent team. And decent might be an understatement this year. The Browns are going to be looking to make a statement. I have the Browns schedule pulled up here. And so week 1, they play the Titans at home. Okay. Week 2, they're on the road against the Jets. Week 3, they play the Rams. Okay. Week 4, they're traveling to LA. They're traveling. Now, here's the thing about that. They're going up against the Rams in week 4. They're staying because they're playing us right after that. Okay. When they play the Rams, it's a night game, so it's prime time. Oh wait, I apologize. Oh, this helps us out. All right, so it is the Rams, but then they go to Baltimore, and then they have to come to us. So never mind. Forget everything I just said. They got primetime games like crazy here.
They have 5.
Yeah, so check this out. All right, so week 1 is not a primetime game. It's against the Bucs. Week 2 is Monday Night Football against the Jets on ESPN. Week 3, it's Sunday Night Football against the Rams. Week 4 is the Ravens on the road. And then week 5 is Monday Night Football. They got 3 out of 4 weeks are primetime. That's nuts. That's nuts, man. That is crazy. What helps us out though is that they play Baltimore, and then they're going from Cleveland because they're at home against the Rams, and they're
To
going to
LA.
Baltimore to the East Coast, then they're going all the way west against the 49ers. That helps us out a lot, and we're coming off of our bye week. And so because of that, I'm gonna say it. Because of that, I got the Niners taking a W against the big bad Browns, baby. I'm saying it. I'm saying it right now. O-O-O-B who? What are his initials again?
That's crazy.
What are his initials? Forget the O part. What are the last two initials?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know where I'm going with it. Get out of here with that, all right? The Niners taking that W. I'm saying it. What's up? We're 3-1 through our first 4 games of the season. Oh, I got to give a score, don't I? Damn it.
I agree with you, Mike.
Odell Beckham will probably be injured by this time. No, I'm kidding. Let me not do that. I'm not banking on any injuries or anything like that. I'm gonna assume everyone's healthy. I'm gonna pick the Niners coming off the bye week and playing Monday Night Football. Final score, I'm gonna give us one of these in the 30s. 31. Oh, that's a tough defense. Nah, it's okay. I'm okay with that. 31-17. Niners have a convincing win over the Browns. 31-17. Who wants to follow that prediction? What's up?
I think this is going to be this is going to be the week that our pass rush stands out on Baker Mayfield. And I think we get to Baker Mayfield more than you guys think this week. I think this is where the defense really stands out in pass rush wise. And I think that helps us. I think this will probably be, I'm going to say it now, I think this will be just with what we have right now, I think it'll be the highest turnover game that we have for the entire year. And I think what's going to happen is we're going to fluster the hell out of Baker Mayfield. Our linebackers are quick. They can keep him contained. And I want to say that we get, I said 2 in Tampa that we get turnovers. I'm going to go with 3 turnovers in this game. I'm going to go with 2 interceptions and a fumble. A strip fumble, like a strip sack fumble.
We can get fumbles. Are we recovering them though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're recovered.
Oh wow! So you got 2 games with us tying or doing better than what we did all of last year.
Oh yeah, easily. I'm gonna say that we win this game. I'm gonna go 35-21.
All right.
That's a lot of points to put up against Myles Garrett and the other guy. What's his name? Chubb?
Yeah, but I think this will be a big game that we utilize the running back of the backfield. Quick tosses.
Check downs. George Kittle's going to have a big game here. McKinnon is going to have his biggest game as a Niner right here also. I like it, Nick. I like it a lot, baby. All right, Ali.
What do you guys pick so far? Sorry, I had to jump off.
I got us winning. I said 31-17. Nick said 35. What'd you say, 19?
35-21.
Oh, 35-21.
And Tony has us winning?
He didn't say yet.
Okay. I think this could be one of our we do relatively well on Monday nights. That's one thing about the 49ers is for some reason we play well on Monday nights. But
as long as it's not the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's true. I think we could get blown out this game. I think the Browns are just are much better than we are, and Mayfield going into the second year, I think they got weapons all over the place. Beckham, Landry, Callaway, Rashard Higgins, Njoku, Chubb. There's just too much for our defense to compete with. They added Greg Robinson. They have Chris Hubbard, Austin Corbett as their line. That's a solid offensive line. Then coming on the defensive side of the ball, we got to face Myles Garrett, Sheldon Richardson. They added Olivier Vernon, Denzel Ward, Morgan Burnett. They have talent all up and down this roster. Hell, they even have your old boy Ray Armstrong on the team. That's tough, man. I think we lose this game 33 to 20.
I got 2 words for you, Bubba. 2 words for you, Bubba. Sophomore slump.
No.
I'm just gonna leave it there. It's
No.
a real thing. It's a real thing. You give teams 16 games of film, they pick up tendencies, and when you have guys that
Exactly.
are talented enough to execute and how
Exactly.
to fluster a quarterback, that's why. Okay.
Mayfield's a stud, man. The way he played last year, he's a stud.
Okay.
I think that I think this is going to be a W as well. Just put it like this, because I don't think Todd Kitchens is the coach. Well, he is the coach, but I don't think he's the right coach to manage the multiple personalities that are on this team right now in that locker room. Okay, what's going to happen? OBJ, he doesn't get a throw. He goes one game. You know, he has another game. He's like 3 catches for 38 yards, no touchdowns. He's going to start making waves. Okay, now it's up to the head coach to take control of this locker room. I'm not questioning his offensive knowledge, Kitchens, because as an offensive coordinator last year, he improved the overall play of this Browns team. But now as the head coach, where everybody knocked Kyle, oh, he's an offensive coordinator, he's better as an offensive coordinator. No, you got to be able to manage this team, keep all the personalities in control, keep everybody on the same page. And that's a tough task to deal with these multiple personalities that are on this team. They are talented. I'm telling you this. I will agree with you. They are talented. But I just think we have probably, in my opinion, one of the top 2, if top 3, if not best, game planner and play caller in the league. That's why I'm confident in the 49ers. We're going to add a piece in the draft on the offense. We're going to add a piece on the defense. We all know that. I just think Kyle's going to scheme and scheme and scheme versus all these teams, and he's going to open this playbook up. Because let's admit, last year, you didn't see the full playbook. The year before that, you only saw a quarter of it during a 5-game stretch with Garoppolo. He's got this team intact. He's got his running backs healthy. He added another running back. He added a big receiver in free agency. He's got his tight end. The only thing that's working against us is the health. This team's got to stay healthy. I like the 49ers in a win over the Browns at home.
I got us with the W also, but I had to disagree with something you said, man. I don't think we've seen Kyle Shanahan's offense yet. Not with the 49ers.
No, I said that.
Huh?
I said we didn't see it yet.
Oh, no, but you said for 5 games at 1 year. I don't even think that was it. I think that was watered down and simplified for Jimmy.
Yeah,
right?
You saw a basic of it.
Right. So what I will say is this. You said something that was really, really important. Kyle Shanahan is the best offensive mind in the NFL. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I don't think Kyle Shanahan, and he's actually admitted this, expected Kittle to be as effective as he was. Kyle Shanahan is going out and he's getting guys that he thinks are going to be good. This is when we start to see it this year. That Pettis pick is going to mean something. That Trent Taylor pick is going to mean something. That Jerick McKinnon free agency acquisition, that's going to mean something. That Tevin Coleman acquisition, this is when these things start to come into play. That center that we picked up that did not live up to its contract. That Weston Richburg,
yeah.
This is when it all comes to play. Right here in this game against that defense. This is when we get to see what Kyle Shanahan really, really, really has. If everyone is healthy, this is when the picture starts to come together. I'm not worried about, listen, man. I'm not trying to get hype or anything like that, and I can't wait to see what wide receiver we pick in the first 3 rounds. I don't know which round is going to be, but I think that within the first 3 rounds, we're going to get a wide receiver, and he's not going to be out here just to be some other rotational guy. He wants to be a starter. Whoever this person is, he's coming in here to be a starter, and I think Shanahan is the master of using the pieces that he's got to the best of his ability.
Every play, someone's open. Every play, someone is open. Every play. It's just, listen, they knocked Garoppolo on his deep ball. Oh, he's not accurate deep. Who cares? There's going to be a guy wide open. All Jimmy has to do is get it to him. That's it. He doesn't have to throw it in a tight window. There are throws where he will have to make a tight window throw. But 98% of the time, there's one guy flying across the field that's completely wide open.
And Jimmy reads the field faster than any quarterback we have.
I think
who's gonna cover OBJ? Who's gonna cover Antonio Callaway deep? Who's gonna cover Jarvis Landry? What about stopping Nick Chubb?
I'm not worried about the run game at all. This team has played solid versus the run without the additions that we had.
Yeah, but you got to worry. You got to worry about all those threats on the outside now, and that opens up the run game.
Listen, man.
I think this personally is the game where we see Tevin Coleman or McKinnon more in the slot and playing out to mismatches and pull away the pass rush that you can, and it just going to eat them up.
Aside from the slot, this is going to be the game that we see a ton of audibles. This is going to be the games where we line up in one formation with two running backs in the backfield,
exactly,
and split them out wide, and all of a sudden your pass rush ain't shit because you have no idea where we're going with the ball. That's what I'm saying. This is the game right here.
Kyle, with the roster he built offensively, adding the McKinnon, adding Breida as undrafted free agent, adding Coleman, adding Juszczyk, adding Kittle, adding Pettis, okay? You come out in a base, 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end, 2 receivers, okay? They come out in their base defense or their big defense, whatever, their base alignment, whether it's a 3-4 or 4-3. At the split of a second, Jimmy sees that, like Mike just said, he could audible or shift, call a motion, and you'll have both backs in the slots, and Jimmy goes to the shotgun. Right then and there, he's got you because your linebackers aren't covering McKinnon and Coleman or even Juszczyk, who's there. They got the matchup because of the personnel that they built this offense. The offensive personnel, they built it. They added to this roster. He could take advantage of you at any play. But I will say this, and I will say this over and over. The health of this team is the biggest question mark. They have to stay healthy.
You left Breida off the list. Like, bro, I'm telling you guys right now, like we didn't see it a lot because we didn't have 2 good tight ends. I'm looking for 22 personnel sets. I want to see 2 tight ends out there and 2 running backs.
Sure, you'll see it. No, you'll see 12 personnel, single back with 2 tight ends and 2 receivers.
Right. But what I'm saying is I want to see 2 tight ends and 2 running backs out there. The reason I want to see that is because now you're forcing the opposing defense, which is really good, to play in run stopping and run stopping sets. Then you call your audibles, and the people behind that defensive line, they can't keep up. They can't do it. And that's how you take advantage of it. And Kyle's going to do that. I'm telling you, this is the game where we tip our hat to Kyle Shanahan and say, wow, hell of a game plan. That's when it happens right here. Call me a Steelers fan again. Call me a Steelers fan again. I'm flaming y'all out here.
Yeah, and people are saying that you're giving the Browns defense is way better than the Pittsburgh defense, and you're praising it. We're gonna beat the Browns, but not beat Pittsburgh.
How many points did I give us against the Steelers? Read it. You got it right there.
Against the Steelers, 27. Yeah, 27.
Right. They're a bad defense. I didn't say that we were going to go out there and get shut out. I just said we're going to lose the game. That's all. But what I'm saying is we create mismatches. Kyle is the master of doing that. Not everybody has the personnel that we do to match up against the Browns this way. Use the Browns' strength, which is their defensive personnel, against them. And Kyle can do that. That's my point. And I'm not afraid of the sophomore year of their quarterback. I'm not afraid of them trying to force the ball to Odell Beckham Jr. I'm not afraid of Jarvis Landry. He's the king of 4-yard catches and trying to run after the catch for 7 whopping yards. I'm not afraid of Jarvis Landry. F out of here with that. No, I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying it. I'm not.
Odell ate us up last year against the Giants.
Odell ate us up with Sterling Shepard on the field and a good tight end also.
Yeah, but they have Landry and they have Callaway, man.
Landry's not as good as Sterling Shepard. He's not.
They have Njoku as well.
So
I don't think
our linebackers match up good with good tight ends?
Guys, listen, you're forgetting something. We just invested a 5-year, $85 million contract and a speed rusher, and potentially we're going to add the top edge rusher in the draft. So he's not going to have all day back there to sit there and go deep and throw the ball. He's going to be under pressure.
I agree. I don't know. I thought I heard music or something while you were talking. I don't know what it was.
No, I heard it too. So
What was
clearly it's not.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay. It's clearly not the same defense that was on the field versus OBJ last year. Okay, you added a playmaker in your mid-level of your defense.
What week did we play the Giants?
Last year? Towards the end.
Towards the end when everybody was injured?
Wait, let me see. 1, 2, 3. It had to be mid-season, mid towards the end.
It was like week 12 or 13, something like that.
Everybody was dead by then. Everybody was dead. Foster was gone. Akello Witherspoon was probably he
got
probably
hurt that
by
game.
then.
It was a Monday night. It was a Monday night football game too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Not worried about it, bro. I'm telling you, this is the game right here where we say, "Oh, sugar honey iced tea, we got them." This is the game right here. Get them out of here, baby. Get them out of here. Browns, here comes your reality check right here. And the NFL is going to be like, "Damn, and we put these guys on 5 primetime games? What were we thinking? And we only gave the Niners 2, 3? Oh man, we really messed that one up." Yeah. We're coming. All right. Any more takes on this Browns game? I say this is a season-defining moment for the 49ers. I will say that. And now, to Ali's point, just so I don't sound like some ridiculous homer, to Ali's point, they have stellar athletes all over this roster. And rightfully so. They have sucked long enough to be picking early in the first round for years. For years. They've earned it. Multiple first-round picks most years. So, yeah, they have a ton of really good talent out there. But you get to manipulate the personnel that they bring out. That's the thing. You control what they can run out there and what they can't. So I'm looking forward to it. You keep them in their base defense, right? Because everyone knows the NFL, right? Your base defense is for stopping the run, right? You guys with me so far? You keep them in their base defense, but you're spreading everybody out. Then they start panicking. They don't know what to do then. And even if they try to say, you know what, forget the base, we're gonna play these guys in nickels because they're lining up wide, right? Then you can switch them in. Then you can go run heavy formations. You know what I mean? Then you can bring your running backs back in and you pound the rock up the middle and you got guys spread. Oh, come on, man. This is chess. It's chess, baby. I can't wait to see this game. I can't. All right, Nick, take it to the next week, bro. I'm sorry. I got the schedule pulled up in the side in the chat. You should be able to see it over there. What's after this one?
After this, we go to Los Angeles, the Rams.
All right. I've been waiting to talk about the Rams since the end of the postseason. I've been waiting to talk about the Rams since like week 15, 16 last year. I'm going to say it now. You guys can write this one down if you want. The Rams don't win this division. The Rams don't get 10 wins this year. I'm saying it right now. Rams don't get 10 wins. Jared Goff was figured out. Todd Gurley is hurt. And even if they go out and get another good running back, Jared Goff is figured out. I'm saying it right now. Right now. The 49ers go out there to L.A. We take over the stadium, and we get another win. God damn it. Do I have us 4-1?
You do.
Oh, my God. All right. You guys talk about it. I'm going to go. I'll be right back. You guys talk about it.
What was your – before you go – never mind. He already left. What was
I'm here.
What was your score prediction
for the Rams game?
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle Shanahan starts out early and starts out fast, and he takes the foot off the gas pedal. I'm gonna say that the Niners win this one, 28-. Oh, we got to embarrass these guys. We got to show them what's up. But we're not gonna do it this game. We're gonna wait for the home game to do that one. The Niners win this one. Let's go 20. Give me 28-17. 28-17 49ers.
All right. Ali, what do you think?
This is a tough game to judge. I think we will definitely be answering back after losses to the Steelers and Browns. It is on the road. Rams divisional game. They're always close games. Always close games, divisional games. I don't know if I feel like the Rams lost a lot more this offseason than they gained. Yeah, they added Eric Weddle, but they didn't really add that huge piece. Or so I kind of agree with Mike in the sentiment that what he said, that Goff has been a little bit figured out. And it really comes down to Gurley, right? Because that offense runs through Gurley. So they will be getting back Cooper Kupp from a torn ACL, which will add to that receiving corps. It comes down to how our corners in our secondary can match against that receiving corps, and with Gurley coming out of the backfield if he's healthy. I'm going to say we are going to lose this game as well. I think we lose this one 24-19.
All righty. You took a lot of my points I was going to hit on. Tony, what's up? Tell me how you're feeling.
All right, they lost a lot. They lost their starting center, which is a huge piece in that offense, as we all know. It's the same offense as Kyle. They depend a lot on the center. They moved on from Jonathan Sullivan. They did not re-sign Dominican Sue. There was questions about Gurley in the Super Bowl and the playoffs, how he, didn't play. They added a Weddle. They added what's that kid's name from Green Bay? Oh man, Clay Matthews. No, the kid Matthews, the linebacker.
Yeah, Clay Matthews.
Clay Matthews. They added him, but I mean, I'm kind of on the fence with this one because I think it's going to be a loss. This game is going to be a loss for us. But when they come into San Francisco and Santa Clara, I think it's going to be a different. I think they beat them there. It's going to be a big test. The problem is they're two of the same offenses. So Wade Phillips knows what he's going to face because he's going up against that offense. He sees how it's ran. He sees the reads. He sees the motions. He has an idea how to stop it. So on the other hand, I feel that the Niners upgraded their defense, and I think the Rams are going to win this game. As tough as as hard as it is for me to say that, I think the Rams will win this game.
I know it's not my turn, but Wade Phillips has no idea what this offense is. It's not the same because our offense is. How many running backs do the Rams have?
Well, I'm saying the basic principles, like the formations, the motions, the shifts, the alignments. He knows the basic principles. Obviously, Kyle's not going to run this. Shit. You hear me? Obviously, Kyle's not going to run the same exact plays as Sean McVay will. But I just think this is going to be their one. This is going to be a loss for them. Listen, it kills me to say I want them to beat the hell out of this team, but I just think this one they're going to come up short.
Tony, we sweep them this year, bro. We sweep them this year. I'm telling you.
You think so?
Yes, because listen, they can go out and get another good running back. Wade Phillips' defense, it was good in the Super Bowl. Don't get me that defense did their job, and they should have won based off of what the defense did. If you go into a Super Bowl, what was the final score, like 16, 17 points?
Yeah.
19? Something. It was low. You tell me that you have Sean McVay as your offensive coordinator, and as a defensive coordinator, I hold him to under 20 points. I'm going to say the Rams are going to win that Super Bowl. Hands down. People were saying, he was saving Todd Gurley for the next season. No, he wasn't. You don't save a guy in the Super Bowl.
Hell no.
That's not when you pull the brakes back. And Todd Gurley had been doing the same thing since week 16 and 17. Just invisible. Now, maybe he got something done this offseason. Who knows? But I'm telling you guys that they've been figured out. And Oh my God, Shanahan's going to put it on display this year. That's all. That's all. I didn't mean to
I
jump
would
in.
love to see it. I really would. I would love to see it, but I just think this matchup they're going to come up short for some reason. I don't know why. I just think they're going to come up short.
All right. I don't like to agree, but I'm going to agree with Mike. I think we sweep them this year. And the reason I think that is because Jared Goff is definitely already coming back to his own as to what he was before. People are starting to figure out him and McVay's offense, I guess you could say. Todd Gurley's health. His knees aren't the same. You don't sit him in the Super Bowl. Talib is getting old. Linebacker is an issue there. I just think Kyle Shanahan comes out and proves that he's the better coach this year against Sean McVay. Because all that talk last year where Kyle Shanahan is the genius of play calling, is da-da-da-da, but everybody said McVay is better than Kyle Shanahan. This year, you're going to see with a healthy team what the Niners' true offense is, especially with the additions of Tevin Coleman. I'm telling you, the additions of the backfield that we have right now between Jerick McKinnon and Tevin Coleman, along with Breida, is going to neutralize a pass rush. Completely neutralize a pass rush. Jimmy Garoppolo is best at intermediate throws and quick getting rid of the football. Kyle Shanahan is going to utilize that, take away the pass rush that the Los Angeles Rams have, and the Niners are going to win out against the Rams this year.
Talk your shit, Nick. Talk your shit, Nick.
I definitely think that the Rams are going to be a wash this year. Everybody's going to have the Rams as winning the division. And then week 5, week 6, once we, start playing, people are going to be like, oh, shit, the Niners are actually for real this year. And it's going to start to switch the momentum. Now, obviously, this all falls on health for us. A healthy Jimmy Garoppolo, a healthy Jerick McKinnon, whatever type of receiver we pick up. I think the most underrated signing this year right now has been Jordan Matthews. And everybody just says, oh, he's not going to be this. He's not going to be that. He was hurt. He doesn't do this. I think he's going to be the most underrated signing that we have this year, as well as Tevin Coleman, which was a huge pickup. We neutralized the Rams' pass rush, and their secondary can be eaten up. Other than Weddle. Weddle's like a good addition.
Fuck out of here. Weddle's old as heck. Nick, don't do that.
He is. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's still decent compared. He's still a decent safety. But Talib is old.
Weddle's old.
Yeah, Weddle's old too, but I'm saying Talib's older, way older. You put that, I don't even think Dante Pettis played last year healthy. And I know that people are underrating Dante Pettis. They're not worried about double teaming him and things like that, which I'm fine with. But a healthy 49ers offense is better than a healthy Rams offense. I truly believe that. I truly believe that a healthy 49ers offense will be a better schemed game plan than a healthy Rams offense. We have 3 running backs. They have 1. Who's their second guy? Who's their backup now?
Well, they didn't even bring back what's his name, so I don't know.
They didn't bring Anderson back.
And really quick, Weddle's older than Talib, just so you know. Weddle's like 35. He's like 35 years old. Eric Weddle's like 34, 35 years old. Talib's only 33. The Rams defense is going to be ass cheeks this year. I'm not scared of them. I'm not scared of the Rams this year, bro.
I'm not either. And I think
they didn't bring Sue back. Come on.
Yeah, it's going to neutralize Donald for sure. I have us winning this game, and I think this is a statement game for the NFC West right here in LA, and I'm going to go 35-17 Niners. And look who popped in. We got another guest up in here. Mr. Eric Crocker himself. What's going on, baby?
Eric Crocker, everybody's favorite 49ers guy. I saw the Chapman poll. How you beat out Matt Mayoko, bro? Who beats out 20+ year vet Matt Mayoko? I just found you 2 years ago. How the hell you do that, man?
Yeah, I have no idea, but I know I looked at that. I was like, wait a minute, what? I even showed my wife. I was so like taken back. Like I said, babe, look at it. But I saw when the votes were coming in. I was tagged a bunch of times, so I knew that, and I was telling my wife like, babe, look who I'm getting mentioned with. Like these are like real 49er people. And when the results came in, and like I was at the top, I was like, wow, that's love. That's love. That means a lot of people value what I say and value my opinion and stuff. Like that's like real love right there. So that was cool. That was what's up.
Yo, NFL Network is about to be called Croc Time. There is not going to be any more NFL Network.
He taking over. Give me a job, bro. Give me a job. I'm with you. Yo, let's do this. Let's do it.
So, Croc, just give us a quick rundown. We've gone through week 1, week 2, week 3, week 5, and we're at week 6. You don't have to give us a score, but give us a win or loss prediction so far. And we obviously know this is before the draft, but go ahead, Mike.
No, you just said it. I was going to say this is before the draft. This is not finalized. We're going to do this all over again. But what we're doing right now is we're going week by week, and we're just saying win or losses. We're giving scores. Tony's not giving scores. That's fine. But we're overreacting right now. That's what this is. So nothing is gospel. Nick is writing it all down though. So be careful what you say, because Nick is going to come back. You said we were going to win this game. You know?
Nah. I won't do that now.
He only does it to me, though. He only does it to me. It's cool. I respect that. I like it. Keep me on my toes. But come on, man. Break it down for us. First, you saw the schedule. Let's get his overall thoughts on the schedule real quick. You intimidated by the schedule? You think the Niners are in trouble or what? What's up?
Yeah. My initial reaction was like, it's not bad. I think it looks scarier. Like when you just look at the teams and you see the Ravens and you see Packers and you see Steelers, you see the Bengals, and it's like a lot of these teams aren't what they've been. Even with the Steelers, like they didn't make the playoffs last year, and then you lose AB, and even though they didn't have Bell, like you still lose Bell, like, and eventually like that's gonna catch up to you. They weren't great on defense, so like a lot of these teams, the Bengals, they got a whole new coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not scared of them. The Packers is like the Ravens, right? You look at the Ravens and it's like, damn, the Ravens, and we put them out there. But this is like, they can't throw the ball, first of all. Like, they can't throw the ball. And then you lose Eric Weddle, you lose Darius Smith, you lose Mosley. You know what I'm saying? Like they lost guys. So, I mean, obviously, like, just like us, we have to, everybody has the draft coming up. But there isn't anything right now that says, like, damn, I'm scared to play these teams. Aside from the Saints, because you play them in New Orleans, that's tough. And then you got the Rams home and away, which, regardless of how you look at it, it's tough. So overall, my overall opinion of it is like, it's a very winnable schedule, if healthy. Like my initial thought was, we got the most explosive running backs in the league by far. You have the most explosive tight end in the league by far, and you have a front seven. If you can have both, you have a front seven on defense that, or more than solid. So I don't know. Just look, can all play. Especially if production out of a young rookie receiver. They're nice. They're nice.
All right, now I got to stop you for 1 second. Just one thing I didn't agree with. You said we got by far the most explosive tight end, and I love Kittle, but Kelsey's still in the league. I won't say by far. But he did set the record.
No.
Kittle did set the record, but you can tell that Shanahan was feeding it to him. So because Shanahan owed him one for that Denver game. He owed him one. He was like, I got to get my man out there now. I got to give him some kind of record. He owed him one, but he is up there. If he's not the best, he's the second best. Right?
No, I didn't say that he was the best. I said we have the most explosive tight end in the league. I don't think he's the best tight end in the league, but he's the most explosive. He had over 800 yards after the catch. Like, that's incredible. Now, is he, somebody that you just line up outside and tell him to run a slant and he catch the ball? No. Are you going to line him up outside and throw fades to him? No. But just like as far as somebody that can catch a pass and take it 80 yards, We have the only tight end in the league that's probably doing that, and he did it on multiple occasions. So when I say most explosive, it's just on any given play from anywhere on the field, George Kittle can score. No other tight end in the league that has proven to have that type of ability week in and week out.
Talk your shit. All right, so then, Nick, you want to just tell them team and let them pick win or loss real quick?
Yeah, let's do that real quick. I got to pull up this chat again so I see it. All right, so week 1 at Bucks. Win or loss?
I saw the. They got the coaching staff too. I'm gonna say loss.
Oh, a loss. Uh-oh, Croc. We had a win all the way across the board there. All right, week 2, Bengals.
Win.
All right. Week 3, Steelers, home opener.
Win.
And Croc will be out there with us too, representing. What? Turned up. Week 4, we're on a bye. Week 5 against the Browns, Monday Night Football at home.
Initially, I was a little worried about it just because, there's a lot of explosive guys on that side, on that team. But when I kind of sat back and was like, man, you have 3 weeks, and then you have a bye week to get ready, and you have a whole week to get ready for the Browns. Win.
And they're traveling across the country.
Like, you got to come to our house. I mean, it's not like we have, like, the most fearsome home field advantage. But, just to be at home coming off of a bye week and Monday night, like, yeah. And again, coming off of a win against the Steelers, I'm going to say win.
All right, and then that brings us to week 6 where we're at now with the Rams in L.A.
It don't matter that it's in LA. That's our house. Well, come on, man.
It is our house. But I am going to give them the first one at their house.
All right, so going into week 6, you have us 3-2.
Sounds about right.
Is
All right.
Ali gone? Ali's gone?
I don't know where he went.
What was Ali's prediction for this game? I missed it.
Ali's for the Browns, which is what, week?
A loss. He
5?
said a loss.
A loss, 24-19.
No, but what did he say about the Rams?
A loss.
A loss, 24-19.
Back to back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep this thing moving, man. Let's keep this thing moving. The Niners actually have to travel for real this time now, and we got to go all the way across the country to the Washington Redskins. All right, now I was at the last Redskins game, and this was the one where they benched Hoyer and they put in Beathard. And if everything breaks right, we'll have Jimmy Garoppolo out there this time, man. Redskins, I don't know who their quarterback is going to be. Why is Croc's crotch in this? All right, there we go. All right, so we got Jimmy Garoppolo coming in here on the East Coast. I don't know who their quarterback is going to be. It's probably going to be Colt McCoy at this rate, unless they draft somebody or trade for Nick Mullins.
Rosen.
Not Nick Mullins. I meant Josh Rosen. Yeah. Hi, baby. So what do y'all think, man? Let's start with Croc. I don't know how much time he's on, so let's start with Croc just so that way if he's got to go, because it looked like he hit the training facility. I don't know what's going on over there. Give us a win or loss, and then we'll break it down afterwards.
And what team did you say?
Redskins.
The Redskins.
Yep.
Oh, win.
All right, Tony. You get to go last normally, but I got to see what you got to say, man, because you try to bring some sense to this. You try to bring logic to it, and I'm all about overreacting right now. I'm going to be above and over the top for all of these, so I want to know your thoughts, man. The Redskins lost Preston Smith. They also lost what was their other guy? They had 2 guys that they lost that were pass rushers.
No, just one thing, Preston Smith.
Oh, okay. It was just the one. All right, so what are your thoughts on it so far?
First off, I'll say what's up to Croc. Thanks for joining. He's busy at his training facility. I think it's a W. I like going across the country, going into their house and beating them. Again, I want this team to build confidence to get W's on the road. Listen, they're going to be an aggressive matchup. We're facing, who's in Washington now, and who's not suspended any games.
Say his name.
Reuben Foster is in Washington. So my man's going to have a little chip on his shoulder. Listen, bro, you did it to yourself. We didn't do it to you. Your actions caused our the 49ers reaction. So basically, Reuben Foster's going to have this team fired up. But I think the Niners are, as of now, the better team because at the hole at quarterback. And, I mean, I don't even know who Washington's wide receivers are. They lost Crowder to the Jets, so I don't know what they're doing in that. They have Vernon Davis at tight end, still has speed. They have a pretty solid offensive line, though. I will say that. The run game, you have that Darius Geis coming off the ACL from LSU last year, who runs with a full head of steam. And you also have Adrian Peterson. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a good matchup. But, again, I'm just – if this team stays healthy, I'm just very confident in Kyle's skills and play calling and matchups that he could scheme up. And that's it. And I will be there. And are you going to be there?
Yes, sir. I will be in the building for the Washington game, man. Guys, we representing on both coasts, man. We down in Florida and as far south as we go. We as far west as we go. Now we're as far east as we go. We're going to be in the building, man. So if you guys want to meet up with Nothing But Niners, you got to let us know. Tony and I will definitely be out there at this game, man, representing. I'm going to see if I can get Nick to come, too. I'm going to try. I want Nick at one of these games with me. I don't know if it's going to be the Ravens game or this one, but I want Nick on the East Coast with me, man, to enjoy this one. So I'm absolutely going to be there. You know, something else about the this whole Reuben Foster thing being there, right? And I'm not going to try to disrespect Foster. His speed and his see ball, get ball mentality is great, but I think Shanahan knows his weaknesses.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. It's a benefit you got to practice it against a guy week in and week out. And I think we take advantage of it. I think we make him a liability more than an asset. Ali, man, what are your thoughts on this game, man? Give us your score and your winners or losers.
On the Washington game?
Yes, sir.
I think we're going to be fired up to give Reuben Foster a little taste of what he misses out here in the Bay, man. And I think we can give him a good smack here. I think 35-21.
All jokes aside, Ali has us the highest scoring offense in the NFL. Like he is holding no punches. This guy believes in Shanahan's system.
Not in our losses though. I say in our losses we're about 20-ish points.
That's still a lot of points though in the NFL, bro.
It's an offensive league, bro. I really feel like, you know, especially with Shanahan and you know, Kittle another year and the running backs that we have, I feel that, you know, it's we and Jimmy, if we have Jimmy for a full season, hopefully I feel like we should be able to put up points. And points won't necessarily be a problem there, especially with going against a Redskins team that really, I think time of possession will be crazy in this game. Will be crazy.
Talk your shit, Ali.
I think time of possession will be like tilted to where what's the biggest game in time of possession that's anyone's ever had? Because it might be this game.
Talk your shit, Ali. Let's go.
It might be this game.
For the Niners, 20 for them. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. I don't know. We had the highest time of possession against Arizona, I think it was, and we lost that game.
Yeah, because we didn't have a quarterback or a healthy.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. What was it, like 27? It was like 37 minutes or something, 46 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. Yeah. But we also had turnovers down in the red zone and stuff. Like we gave them easy points. Like it happens. But guess what? It ain't happening this year, bro. It ain't. Listen, you got to go through 3 good running backs before you get to our bad players. It ain't happening this year, bro. It's not happening this year. I'm so hyped, man. And see, this is why I let Croc go. See, he had to jump out. You know
Ali, what was your score prediction?
I said 35-21, I believe.
All right. Who's going next, Tony or Mike?
Tony already went. He said it's a W.
Oh, it's a W?
Croc said it was a W.
Croc gave it a W.
And he didn't hesitate. He was like, who is this, Redskins? Oh, a W.
I think – all right, so, Mike, did you go already or you want me? I'll go first. All right, so I think we're going to expose Reuben Foster. Robert Saleh and this coaching staff knows his weaknesses and his strengths. And I think we're going to expose him this game. They also lost their middle linebacker there too, didn't they?
Yep.
So Reuben Foster's probably going to be playing middle.
We know he can't call defenses because he couldn't do it here. Couldn't earn the green dot here. I hope Enid was worth it.
I'm going with a win here. And I'm going – this is going to be the first blowout. I'm going 42-7.
Oh, my.
Let's go, Nick. Let's go, Nick. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm feeling that energy right there. And guess what? We're going to see Robert Saleh. This is something that we haven't mentioned yet, and I should have mentioned this at the top of this whole thing. We haven't seen Robert Saleh with a real pass rusher since he's been here. We haven't seen it. We have no idea what Robert Saleh's scheme looks like when he's got a real pass rusher. He was manufacturing stuff before. We had Kawan Williams coming in blitzing. We had Jaquiski Tart coming in blitzing and all that stuff before. Guess what? We can still do all that, but we still got a real edge guy in D Ford. Man, Nick, I'm feeling you, bro.
Can I say something real quick? I just saw something pop up on Twitter. Arizona released a schedule release video, and Josh Rosen, all the players were in it, and Josh Rosen wasn't.
Yeah, we know why. They can pretend like they don't know why. We know why. We know what's up. We know what's up. And
it's the worst kept secret in football.
Yeah, exactly. And Shorty ain't throwing over those twin towers in the middle. If I'm the Niners, I'm lining Buckner and Armstead up on the inside. What's up? Make them have to throw. When they put those hands up, you got an 8-foot wall in front of you, bro. Make them work for it. That's right. You see it. Hold on. Let me put the camera on Tony. Keep it there, Tony. Keep it there, Tony. Y'all see what it is? Yeah, y'all see what it is. Racist ass Nick Bosa gonna be here, and I'm okay. Let's go, baby. Let's go. This is what happens when y'all let me sip something on camera. Okay, y'all gonna get the real. Reuben Foster gonna pay for it, and Nick Bosa gonna tear that that Redskins ass up. Let's go. All right. I got to give you a score. I got to win. I'm going to go with a blowout also, but not quite as high as you. I'm going to say 37 for the 49ers and 12 points for the Redskins. We ain't going to waste no time on that. We taking over, baby. Let's go. Let's go. What's he showing now? What's Tony showing now? What is that?
I don't know. I can't see it.
A.J. Brown.
Oh, A.J. Brown. That's my two top picks right there, Bosa and A.J. Brown. That's what I want. Top three, right. Bosa, A.J. Brown, and Darnell Savage. Those are my top three that I want.
The Niners need a really good number one wide receiver, and that's no disrespect to Marquise Goodwin either. There's no disrespect to Marquise Goodwin. That's just more ammo. That's just more depth if we can get one. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for it.
All right. I'm going to kick us off with the Panthers here. So we're at week 8 at home. 105,
home, baby.
105 p.m. start. Panthers, October 27th, and then we play. I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but we play 4 days later after this. So we got the Panthers at home. I have us losing. I have us losing at home to Pittsburgh and Cleveland. So we don't have a home win yet, according to me. So this is definitely going to be a win. I think. I think we will be at this time. We will have our identity. We will know that we are a better team. That defense is pretty good. That Carolina has. They added Dontari Poe. They added Bruce Irvin. They still have Shaq Thompson and Luke Kuechly. They did lose that other guy that they had in the inside, Thomas Davis, and it's Eric Reed's back there as well. Eric Reed's return game. Yeah, but I think we're gonna hold Cam and Christian McCaffrey in check. They don't really have many outside threats on the wide receivers, so that bodes well for our secondary. We can just gear up and all gas, no brakes on Cam and McCaffrey. And I think I'm gonna give us a win here. I'm gonna say we're gonna win this one 28 to. I don't give him any points here. I'd say 28-13.
I like that, Ali. I like that a lot, bro. I was thinking something like 27-10-ish, 28-13 type of thing, so I'm with you there. Give me a 27-10 for the win. I'm not going to waste a lot of time here. You stop Christian McCaffrey, you stop the Panthers. They don't know anything to do but feed this guy the ball excessively. We'll give him the checkdowns all day long to Christian McCaffrey, and we've got the speed now to stop him. I'm with it in both linebackers. Fred Warner, Kwan Alexander, or I'm sorry, Quan. I don't want to say Kwan. Kwan is our slot guy. Kwan is Williams. Quan Alexander is going to be all over Christian McCaffrey. Fred Warner is going to be on the other side, taking care of everything. And I'm not even worried about their defense. I'm not even worried about the Panthers' defense. So easy W for the 49ers. I said it. At home. Let's go.
Mike, what did you say your score was for against the Redskins?
I said it was going to be. I said 37 to. Oh, I don't remember what I gave them. Maybe let's give them 13. I don't know, 37-13. And just hey, I want to say something to everybody really quick too. When we do a serious version of this, and we're picking all the wins and losses and everything, I wanted to be known now that at the conclusion of the 2016 season, the year that we acquired Jimmy Garoppolo, I went to my cigar parlor and I made a bet with the owner that the 49ers are going to be in the Super Bowl in the 2019-2020 season. So it's going to take a lot to derail me from my 49ers hype. I honestly believe this is the year. And the bet was not that we win, it's that we make it to the Super Bowl. I'm holding tight to that. I have every single reason to believe that the Niners are taking the proper steps to improve. And people are sitting here saying, oh, we know the Niners, we know the Niners. They don't, because they have no idea what we look like with Jimmy Garoppolo. They have no idea what we look like with Jerick McKinnon. They have no idea what we look like with Marquise Goodwin and Dante Pettis and anybody else, George Kittle, all at the same time. They've never seen that. The entire NFL has never seen what the 49ers are going to unleash on the league this year. You can say that this is Kyle Shanahan's third year, it's a big year and all that. This is a brand new roster, baby. It's a new day, and we are going to show the league what we've got. I'm telling you right now, this is our year, fellas. I'm telling you, everybody watching, I don't know, what is it, 130 people in there, 120? I don't know how many people are watching right now.
145.
140. Oh, I'm underestimating. Look at me shooting low. Look at me shooting low. Y'all break out the 4-5. Bang, bang. This is our year, baby. This is the Niners' year. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm gonna digress. I digress.
All right, Tony, what do you got us doing here?
He's got us whooping Enid's ass. I mean, ass.
Tony, you got us just chilling in a chair. That's what you got us doing here.
Yeah, man. No,
win or loss for us, Tony.
I like it for a W, but I think this offense is going to give this defense a true test with the matchup with McCaffrey, and they do have a lot of speed on their offense. And Cam's a big quarterback, so he's not easy to take down. So I think the 49ers will come out with the W, though.
And this is week 8, right? All right. This is a hard one for me. This is Carolina, right?
Week 9 in Arizona.
Oh, week 9 in Arizona. What happened to Carolina? I didn't even do Carolina.
He didn't pick Carolina.
Oh, I thought he picked her. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So Carolina. I think Cam is done, man. I really do. I don't have. I'm going to have us winning this game, but it's not going to be as close as people think. I think this game is a real close game, coming off a big win in Washington the week before. I'm going to say we win this game, but it's going to be close. I'm going to go 17-13. No, let's go 16-13. I'm going to go a field goal.
Field goal? Who's kicking it?
Robbie Gould. Robbie Gould will be a Niner.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
He better get his ass and sign that tender, then.
You got plenty of time.
That's what the Steelers said about Bell.
Yeah, but Bell literally made it legitimately that he didn't want to be there. I don't think he signs the tender. I think the Niners get a contract done with him, and he is a Niner.
I don't want to extend him at this point. Fuck him, man. I'm sorry. That's not what this is about. I'm sorry. I just don't want anybody who don't want to be here. That's how I feel. That's truly how I felt that way since day one. You guys know me. I have my convictions, and part of those are how I am about old guys. Not saying Robbie Gould is old because I think he's good for a kicker, but guys that don't want to be here, they get the lowest of respect levels from me. And Gold don't want to be here. It was all in his statements. It was all in his statements. People can say, oh, he didn't say that he wanted to go somewhere else. He said, I want to go to a team that's going to win. He's taking shots at the 49ers. He's taking shots at the Niners, man. You don't want to be here. I don't want you here. Hit the bricks, man. Yeah, brick by brick. Let's throw them all at him one at a time. Get out of here. That's how I feel about it. Let's keep it moving. I'm sorry.
Mike, what was your score here?
Against the Panthers? I don't even know if I set a score. Let's see here. I'm going to respect some Kuechly. They still have Davis. Is Davis still there?
No.
Oh, that's right. He retired. I remember.
He went to the Chargers.
I thought he tweeted out he was retiring.
I'm pretty sure he went to the Chargers.
Yeah, I thought he retired as well.
I could be wrong. I remember him tweeting something. He was like crying. Oh, it was suspension. He was crying about, I never used anything intentionally. Yeah, whatever.
I have a Chargers buddy. That's why I probably know that.
Okay.
I think he was talking about Thomas Davis.
Eric Reed is there. Luke Kuechly is there. They got a good. Oh man, they got that guy short. Oof. I like a couple of pieces on their defense, but I'm not worried about their secondary at all.
But we did sign David Mayo from the Carolina Panthers.
That's right. That's right. Some revenge games happening all over the place. I'm going to have us winning this one. Give me 24-12. Give me 24-12. We're going to keep them out the end zone all game. All right. So we're going to keep this thing moving here, guys. After the Panthers game is week 9, where we go on the road to Arizona. Now, Arizona is probably going to have Kyler Murray or the guy who's not in their video in Josh Rosen, but I doubt that very much. Expect the draft day trade for Josh Rosen. Expect that to happen, guys. You guys want me to kick this one off since I'm already going, or what? Someone else want to go first?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna give this one a W. I got us beating Arizona both games this year. It's time for some payback. That team is full of second-year guys. It was a bunch of rookies. I think they had 8 rookies on offense last year. Fitz is done. I love Fitz, and there's no disrespect to Fitz at all. One of my favorite players in the NFL, absolutely, hands down. He is a 49er killer, but Fitz ain't going to be enough. I don't know what happened to David Johnson last year. I'm not afraid of these guys at all. So give me a W. And if I got to give you a score on this one, give me the 49ers 31. No, give me 30 on the head. Give me 30-17 49ers.
All right. I'll go now this time. I think we sweep Arizona this year.
My man Nick is right. Nick, you on me? You with me with the 2 sweeps?
I am with you on the 2 sweeps. I think we sweep Arizona both times this year. It's going to be Kyler Murray or not. I just think that this game is really salty in 49ers minds. The games they should have won last year. I think we sweep them. And I'm going to go the first game. I'm going to go 27-14.
You remember the presser that Shanahan said that he's going to say something that he shouldn't say? And he was like, someone asked him, he said, we should have had 3 more wins. And they were like, what 3 wins were those? And he started to run them off. He was like, oh, I shouldn't be saying that as a coach. You guys remember that? He was like the Chargers game, and the Cardinals games. I think he said the Packers also.
He did. There were the close games that we should have won. Yeah.
Right. But I've never, ever seen a head coach come back and say, these are the games we should have won. I've heard a coach say we lost games that we shouldn't have lost, but I've never heard him double back and say the teams in particular. Shanahan is coming to prove a point. You guys remember how McVay was embarrassed about that beating that we gave them in week 17, but it was all their backups, and he vowed, he's like, I'm never doing that again. It's never going to happen. And what did he do in week 17 when we played them last year? He whooped their asses. He kept those guys in there, and they did what they had to do. This is Kyle Shanahan's game like that this year. He's going to come out and he's not holding back at all against the Cardinals. He wants to make it known, you guys are not better than us. Even though you beat us twice, you still had the worst record in the NFL. You guys didn't deserve to beat us, and he's gonna show it right now. Thank God they beat us, so we got that number 2 pick. But I'm just telling you guys, it's not happening this year.
All right. So
Tony,
before we keep going, I just want to thank all the fans that are joining us tonight, all the guys keeping the chat room moderated as well. Love that you guys all get along. It's all good talking there. So I want to really tell you guys I appreciate that. Jacob Thomas Almanza says, can I get a shout out? There you go, Jacob. What's going on, baby? Niner Empire. And let's continue. Tony, go ahead.
W.
easy peasy, baby.
W.
Go ahead, Ali, and tell us it's a loss. I dare you.
There's no way. We're sweeping Arizona this year. This is a W. That University of Phoenix Stadium is going to be emptying out real quick. It's Halloween. Take your kids trick-or-treating. Make sure they get all their candy that they need because the Niners are getting that W.
What's the score?
I honestly think we could blow them out. 35-6.
You got us with mad 30s and no 40s. This ain't the one you're going to pull the 40 out?
35-6.
All right.
30. Actually, put me down for 35-9. I'll give them 3 field goals. 35-9.
Robbie Gould going to be with the Cardinals?
They have Phil, right?
I don't think they're going to keep Phil Dawson either, man. He didn't have a good year last year.
All right. So let's go. We're a little past, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're a halfway mark right now, other than the bye. So 8 games. So Ali, let's see. You got us 1, 2, 2-2, 2-3, 3-3, 4-3, 5-3 right now.
Fuck your shit, Ali. Let's go, baby.
5-3. Tony, you have us going halfway through.
Count that Steelers game as a loss for Tony. That's what he really wanted to say.
What did he say week 1 against Tampa? I don't have that.
Win.
All right, so Tony is 1, 2, 3. What was he for week 5?
Week 5 against the Browns.
Win.
Whoa, dude, you have us 1, 2, 3. You have us going 4-0?
No, it should be 5-2.
No, the first 4 games.
Yes.
You should.
Well, the Pittsburgh one, I was kind of.
Yeah, go ahead and tell the truth. You can call that a loss, man. I dared you, but he wanted to chalk that one up as a loss. It's okay.
So what? I'd be what? 4.
Do you want to change that to a loss?
Nah, fuck it. Roll with it. I don't care. This is preliminary. We don't even know.
All right, so 4. Then you have us losing in week 6. So 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. You have us 7-1.
Yeah.
7-1. So we would have been 6-2 if you changed that Steelers one. Mike, just real quick, you got us 1, 2, and 1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1. Mike has a 7-1 going into week 8. I have us 1, 2, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1. Ali has us 5-3, and all of us have us 7-1 right now. Pretty much all of us have us losing against, well, the Steelers, except for Tony. I'm sorry, Tony. And then Tony and Ali have us losing week 6 against the Rams.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
So next up is the Seahawks, right?
Yep.
Seahawks at home, week 10.
That's a win.
Wait. Isn't this the short turnaround? Or was that last week against the Cardinals?
That was last week against the Cardinals.
Oh, damn. I should have.
We have what 13 or 10 days off at this game. We play Cardinals short week, and then we're playing Monday night against the Seahawks.
Yeah, it's a short week because October 31st and then November 11th.
That's
So
10 days. That's 10
It's 11 days. Yeah, 10, 11 days.
Yeah, so it's a long break. Yep, Thursday then Monday.
Look at the schedule God's tossing us something. Let's talk about it. Y'all want me to go first? Want me to jump out on the ledge here?
Go ahead, jump.
All right, I'm going to call this one a loss. The Niners are feeling themselves. We're 7-1. And everyone going into this game, they're going to be saying if Nick Mullins can beat them, Jimmy Garoppolo can beat them. Not that we're going to overlook the Seahawks at all. And I don't think they're going to be good. I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair. I'm going to say 13-17 in favor of the Seahawks. And just because I have a splitting with them, and I am purposely giving this one a loss because I want us to win Week 17. I have no logic behind that other than I have a splitting with them, and I want us to win in Seattle this year. That's my only logic. That's it. For all intents and purposes, if we're going to split with them, this should be the one that we're going to win. But I'd rather us get that win in Seattle. I want to hurt them in their house. The last time the Niners beat Seattle in Seattle was 2011, folks.
Yeah.
2011. And the only reason we got that was because Ted Ginn ran a punt and a kick return back. That's the only reason we beat them that year. So I want us to get it the hard way. They're not blowing us out. That's never going to happen. I see Russell Wilson with some late game heroics to come back and march down the field and get a touchdown to win it. So that's my final prediction.
What's the score?
17-13. I'm going to say that it's going to be 13-10. They get the ball back with a minute and 40 seconds left or some shit like that. And Russell Wilson leads them down the field and they win.
All right. Tony.
I agree with Mike saying. I would rather see them win the last game of the year, but they have to prove that to me. So I'm going to go with the win here, and then they got to prove that they can go into Seattle and win because it's been such a long time. And like Mike just said, the only reason why we won is because of special teams in Seattle. It wasn't offense. It wasn't defense. So this team's got to prove that they can go into Seattle, play their game, and win. So I take the win here because we proved that we could beat them at home with a less quality roster. So we did some upgrades, made some moves, we did some additions, and we're getting people back. So I think they should beat this team at home.
All right, Ali, what do you think?
Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm gonna say it's a loss, a close loss though. 28-24.
All right. I'm also gonna go with a loss here. And which I think it's perfect. It knocks us back to reality. I think it's a perfect time to lose again if we were really 7-1, as my prediction is so far. It knocks us back to reality. It gets us back on our feet, and it makes that game, the next game in Seattle, much more important. I'm with agreeance with Mike. I think that is one of the most important things that we need to prove to ourselves, that we can beat Seattle in Seattle. And I am going to go with 17-13 loss. All right, week 11.
Before we move on, I know 49er fans and people watching are going to hate that prediction. Tony's the only one that has us winning against Seattle at home, even though we just did it with Nick Mullins. But my thing is this, like Nick just said at the end of his prediction, we're riding high. We're 7-1, right? Why can't we beat the Seahawks? Nick Mullins did it, but I want that win. I don't think we're going to sweep Seattle, but I think that we split it with them, and I want that win at the end of the season. So I agree with everything the entire panel said. Even with Tony's prediction of a win there, it was, we've made some improvements. We got to prove it to ourselves that we can do it at the end of the year, and we don't know it. So I can feel his hesitance there, and I get it. I respect it, and for all intents and purposes, I agree with it. But this is the year that we get him in Seattle, and I don't think we sweep him. So that's it. And like Nick was saying, the next game is against Arizona again. This time we're at home. And I already called a sweep in them. You want to score here. At this point, the Cardinals are checked out. They're looking to get some more good picks. I'm going to say 27-14.
27-14.
Yes, sir.
And this is at home, this game, or home for Arizona?
No,
home for us. No, it's at ours. Home for us.
This is our 3 at home in a row. We got Seattle, we got Cardinals, and we got Packers. 3 in a row here at home.
Big stretch. Yeah, I think like I agree with you. I think we're sweeping the Cardinals this year. They've swept us. How many years have the Cardinals swept us in a row? Too many?
2, I think.
Yeah, it's stupid. We're giving them a taste of their own medicine this year. We're sweeping them. Put me down for 31-10.
Yo, we have the best offense I've ever heard of in my life. Like, this is crazy. How many games does Ali have us not scoring more than 27 points? Like, this is nuts. This is crazy.
Just in our losses.
I love it.
No, 28-24 was his last week game. So
I love it. I'm not mad at it because I think Shanahan comes out and shows what he's all about this year. So I fuck with it, Ali. I do. I mess with it. Tony, win or loss, baby. What's up?
I'm going to say it's a win, but I'm going to say it's a lot more closer than what you guys are thinking. I think this could possibly be a game where they could potentially lose it, but I think they're going to win it. I think they're going to win, but this is a game where it's not going to be the most cleanest or neatest games for the offense and the defense. I think it's going to be a more tight game, more close game than what we're saying, but it is a win, and we do sweep them.
all right, Tony with the win. I'm also going with the win again. This time I'm going to go 28-zip.
Hot damn. 28-zip, the first goose egg of the defense.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
All right, so then we go into week 12 against the Packers at home. Ali, you going to this game?
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I'm trying to convince my Packers buddy to make it out to this one. If I don't make it out to this one, then maybe might join you guys for the home opener or one other one in San Fran there. So
is this the November 24th game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the day after my birthday. I'm going to try to convince my wife to come with me to Cali.
Day after Thanksgiving too, right?
Yeah. Nick, why don't you try making it out for this one as well then?
I can see what I can do, but I'm already going to be going to Tampa, the home opener, and I'm going to New Orleans also.
How about this? If we're in a playoff spot by the time this game comes around, you got to come to this game.
We'll see.
All right.
I'm already going to Cali and New Orleans. So
I'm trying to get you to come with me. You weren't on the camera. You weren't here. I'm trying to get you to come with me to one of these East Coast games, whether it be the Ravens or the Redskins.
Yeah, that's possible though, because I won't have to spend a lot of money.
I'm gonna try to talk you into one of those also. This is the game I'm gonna try to go to. My buddy, one of my best friends, is a Packers fan, so I'm gonna try to get him to come with me also to this game.
Yeah, you're gonna try to go to that game too, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. My birthday is the 23rd. This game is on the 24th. I would love for my wife to agree to come with me to this one, so I'm going to try to get her to fly out to California with me, and let's enjoy this game.
Let's make it an NBN meetup game and
Absolutely.
get it started.
Tear the town up. Take my wife out. Show her the ropes out there. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Did I give you guys a win-loss prediction on this one?
No,
No.
I was just going into it, and then I was got derailed saying that trying to might be going to this game, but this is probably one of the just from an outsider's perspective, just could be one of the games of the years. Rodgers, Garoppolo, they didn't get a chance to play against each other last year. The Packers have 2 first-round picks that they're going to be adding to their talent on either offense or defense. They picked 12 and 30, so those are 2 players that they will be adding to their team that we're not factoring in right now.
They have 2 first-round picks this year?
Yeah, 12 and 30.
12 and 30.
So there's 3 or 4. No, there's 4 NFL teams that don't have a first-round pick?
Yeah.
The Saints don't. The Browns don't.
The Cowboys?
The Cowboys don't. And
that's the Bears? Do the Bears have? Oh, no.
The Bears don't. Yeah, the Bears don't.
It is the Bears? Okay.
Yeah. So, because this is the pick that their second first-round pick was the pick they traded when the Saints moved up to take Marcus Davenport last year. So they acquired a first-round pick for him. So that pick fell at 30, so they're going to be adding 2 players to this roster. It's going to be a crazy game. I think this is going to be a crazy game. I'm going to put us down for a loss. I don't know how we will match up with our D line versus their O line. It's going to be tough. I think this is going to be a crazy game. It's going to be like a 41-38 game for the Packers.
Shootout.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
I like it. I like your shootout mentality. And I'll go next. I don't think that the Packers are going to be what people think they are. I think that with this young, new offensive coordinator / head coach coming in, and this guy is someone who made his money riding the coattails of Kyle Shanahan and then Sean McVay. I don't think that this offense is going to be as good as what people think it is. I think there's going to be a lot of dysfunction in the Packers locker room. I think that the Packers are going to be lucky to get 7 wins this year, and this ain't going to be one of them. And this 3-game stretch, I got the Niners going 2-1. We're at home. We're going to have a better record at home than we've had in a long time. I see us, out of the 8 games at home, I got the Niners probably only losing 2 or 3 of those. So this is going to be a W for me. It's no disrespect to the Packers or anything like that. But what this is about more to me is that Aaron Rodgers I'm not going to say he didn't respect Mike McCarthy, but he didn't respect Mike McCarthy. We've heard people go on the air, on the record, on television. It wasn't just some recording where they told us straight up, Mike McCarthy would call a play, Rodgers would hear it, and then when the mic goes off, he says, listen, we're not doing that. I want you to do this, you do that, and do that. And he's drawing up plays in the sand and calling his own plays. What makes us think that if he disrespects a Super Bowl winning head coach like that, he's going to listen to what this first-time head coach has to say? And I think that this team unravels quickly. Rodgers has also been battling injuries almost every single year. It doesn't mean that he's missing games, but he's always injured and hobbled. I think the Niners go and they get into him really, really good. I'm going to say the Niners win this one here in a convincing fashion. I'm not sold on that defense. I do wish they still had Clay Matthews because I think he was becoming a liability, but they don't. I'm going to say that the Niners win this game 27-15, 27-15, and that's going to include 2 touchdowns.
Ali, what was your score?
41 for the Packers, 38 for the 49ers.
And you had us losing, right?
Losing, yeah.
All right. Tony, you're up, buddy.
This is home for us, right?
Yes, sir.
This is home.
Oh, God.
This is that 3rd game in a row at home, Tony.
I think this is the one they can slip up on. I really do. They upgraded the defense. They added 2 new pass rushers, Preston Smith and Darius Smith. They added a new free safety. They upgraded that position with Amos from Chicago. Their corner play was good last year. I just think they got exposed because of their safety play.
Who's their DC?
The guy who was the head coach of the Browns.
Neil.
No.
Pettin.
Mike Pettin.
That's it. Pettin worked with Kyle. I mean, it might help him in certain areas. I don't think it's an advantage to Pettin. Pettin's a very aggressive defensive coordinator.
That's an advantage to us, though.
It is an advantage to us. It is. You're right. But if they overload and people start getting through that line, it could be a problem. But, oh, God, this is tough. I think the Niners win in a nail biter.
Yeah, let's go, Tony. Let's go.
I think they
go.
I think they win in a nail biter. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be mid-scoring, nothing crazy. But I think they win in a nail biter.
All right. I
I'm
like
going to
it.
write that in there. Nail biter.
There you go.
She didn't give me a score. All right. This is going to be an extremely close game for me, too. I think it's going to be a shootout, but I think it's still going to be close. Up and down, back and forth. I think what it's going to come down to is the offensive line play of Green Bay, though. And I think our pass rush needs to have a big game here. Can we do that? We're coming off a big win and a loss in Seattle. Man, I want to give us a win here so bad. I'm gonna say I got to go with a loss here, and I'm gonna go 38-35. Close game though, and I think it comes down to where our pass rush can't stop them within a 2-minute mark, and they win the game that way. Same as how we kind of just lost to them last year. All right, so next game, we travel across the United States to the Ravens.
I'll be at this game, and my baby brother is a Ravens fan. I'll see if I can get him to come with me. But he's a Ravens fan on face value. He couldn't name a player on that team right now. I don't know who the Ravens quarterback is going to be.
Lamar Jackson, isn't it?
Who?
It's Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, but this late in the season, is he going to be healthy? I mean, I'll give it to him.
I didn't know he was injured.
No. He's not, but we'll see.
Oh, you're saying this late in the season? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, no. This late in the season, I don't know if he's still going to be healthy. I'm gonna mark this one down as that Ravens defense. What is it right now? They let go of a really good corner, right? I mean, a really good linebacker.
Mosley.
They lost a safety. They gained a safety.
But they lost Mosley, though.
They lost Mosley.
They lost their quarterback on defense.
Yeah, but Mosley, the guy behind him was really good. And that's why they decided to move on and not pay him that much money.
You know what? I'm gonna call this one a loss. I'm gonna call this a trap game. For all intents and purposes, the 49ers should win this game. But I'm looking at the rest of the schedule, and I only have one more loss for us. So I'm gonna call this one a loss as well. We have 2 road games in a row here that are gonna be really hard for us. I'm going to one, Nick is going to the other, and this one right here I'm going to call a loss, and it's going to be a close one. I see some late game heroics by the young quarterback there, and I'm going to give them this win. Very low scoring affair. I'm going to call this one 13-10. 13-10. Our worst offensive game of the year.
I'm going to follow that right back up, and I say we win this game. I think I'm not buying into Lamar Jackson. I'm not a really big fan of his. I think that the Ravens are going to try and scheme him up like they did last year. But I think the NFL will NFL comes around on things, right? They figure stuff out after 1 year. They watch tape, they realize what the tendencies are, how to control them. That Chargers game last year, I think, really exposed Lamar. So I think that we will have an advantage going into this game because of all that, and I think that we win. That Ravens defense is for real. I'm not going to deny them, but I think we win a lower scoring game as well. I think put me down for a 49ers win, 18-10.
18-10.
I agree with you everything you just said, literally everything, which is why I don't understand why you don't think we can figure out the Browns and their quarterback in Week 5.
Because I believe in Mayfield more than I believe in Lamar Jackson.
Respect.
All right, Tony, what do you say?
I'm making this one a loss, and I think it's going to come on the defense because with Jackson and Greg Roman as that offensive coordinator in Baltimore, you're going to get a lot of different looks. You're going to start seeing the read option, and the team did not face a read option offense all season and a true running quarterback. So I think being that this is the first time they're going to see it, I think it's going to catch them. And I think because of that, I think this is going to be a loss for them.
You said it's our first time seeing a running quarterback?
Like a true read option quarterback. Like remember how like Cap used to do it with Roman as the offensive coordinator there? They used to come up with those gadget plays. The 49ers have not seen that all season.
But you don't think they have the speed to neutralize that some?
They do, but the question is the discipline.
All right.
That's the difference here. Like they have speed. They have Kwan. They have They have Fred Warner. They have speed. They have Ford. They have guys that could run and cover space. But I just think because they've never seen this before and never had to prepare for it, there could be a mental lapse. And that mental lapse could cost the game. So I'm going with a loss here.
I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I got it as a loss as well. I just wanted to know.
No, I hear you. I got you.
All right. Ali's going to be the only winner this week because I'm going with a loss as well. And I just think I kind of agree with what Tony says. I think it's going to be we're coming off a loss from the week before, and the team is going to be – that's going to be a beat-em-up game. 38-35 against the Packers is going to be a beat-em-up game. To come in, and we're going from home to the Ravens. So we have travel time as well involved in that, coming off of a shootout game. So back and forth, really gassed. I'm going to give us a loss here. I just don't think that our bodies are right. I think the experience of Lamar Jackson type of running back, we're going to be off of our game because of travel, a beat-up game the week before, and I just give us a loss this week. And I'm going to go with a close loss. I'm going to go 17-14.
If we had a good kicker.
It's not even going to be about that.
I got to say it, man. I was just fucking with you, man. All right, so then we're going to keep this thing moving here. Week 14. We're almost done with the schedule here, guys. And this game is against the Saints in New Orleans. Nick is going to it. He's going to be coming to the game with some beads around his neck. Don't ask him how he earned it. All right, just trust him that he did it the right way. All right. And the Saints are at home here, man. You guys, I'll take it in. I'm going to call this one a loss. This is our last loss of the season, for me anyway. It's our last loss of the season, and Drew Brees is going to figure out the weakness in that secondary, and he's going to go ham. I believe that they add some weapons to, someone across from Michael Thomas is going to be dependable. And I think that they take advantage of our secondary, wherever that weakness may be. So Drew Brees is going to pick on Richard Sherman. I'll say it. And that's going to be a W for the Saints. Final
agree.
score 28-19 49ers. I mean, for the Saints. 28-19. You get that, Nick? I know you're writing them all down. 28-19.
Yep.
Saints are a tough team at home, man.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
They're very tough, and I'm going to go with you with that. I'm going to give them a loss as well. I think the Saints are probably the toughest, have the best home field advantage in the league as far as like the way they play. It's insane. You take that team out of that dome, they're a different team. So I'm going to give them a loss too.
All right. Ali.
Matchup nightmares all over the place in this game. Kamara, Michael Thomas, Breeze himself, and also on defense. They have a good defensive line. They have Marshawn Lattimore. It's not going to be an easy game. This game reminds me a little bit of what happened to us week 1 against Minnesota this past year. Tough environment going in. And you know what? I don't think that it's not that we can't hang with the Saints. That's not the problem. That's not the issue. The issue is going to be mental mistakes. And I think with that, that is going to be a big problem this week. Flags, stupid penalties, unforced errors, a lot of miscommunication with that noise. This could be one of our, if we're going to be in the playoffs, this could be one of those wake-up calls, be like, hey, we need to get this right and figure it out. I think we lose 29-18.
29-18.
And I agree with you, Ali. This is a team that we should probably see in the postseason. And I think that this game is going to pay dividends later. It should pay dividends later in the postseason. This is Ali, you touched right on it. The back and forth, right? It's not that we can't score on the Saints defense. The problem is that after we score, Drew Brees gets the ball right back.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Drew Brees throwing 2 picks in this game and not giving a crap. You know what I mean? He's going to come right back and just keep firing. So I agree with you, man. It's the problem is that they get the ball back after we do something good. That's the problem, and I just don't think that we can win this one in New Orleans. If it was at home, which it will be in the postseason, if it was at home, then I would probably flip the score a little bit and give it to the Niners. But it's on the road. I'm right there with you, bro.
And New Orleans isn't a team that doesn't they don't have a first round pick, so they're not adding a star player. So almost what you see is almost what you're going to get with them. So it's not like we're looking for a new player, a new matchup that we need to be super concerned about. But it's something that I think, if this game was in San Francisco, I would say we win this game. But because it is in New Orleans and, the crowd is such a factor. And I personally feel more than other people, I take in where teams are playing and who we're playing against, like the stadiums. I think that factors in a lot more than some other people think, but which I think is tough. And I think that this is going to be one of those games. Absolutely.
All right. Let's keep this thing moving here. I know that I think someone's going to be joining us soon. And so when that person gets on here, what I want to say is we're not going to go through all the games again with this person. Let's have them give us their overall thoughts on the schedule, the bye week and when it falls. And then let's try to get them to give us a total prediction for our record on the year. That sound fair? That sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We're going to keep it moving until they get in here. Now, so we go on the road for 2 games.
Can I pick or no?
Oh, shit, my bad.
You like keep cutting me off every pick.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
We lost the last 2, week 12, week 13, going into week 14 against the Saints. We have a close game the week before. We're still beat up. I think we lose this game, and I think it sucks because I want to give us a win here, but this last half of the stretch is pretty. I think this is where most of our losses are going to come from. So I'm going to give us a loss here. I agree that Drew Brees is going to probably eat up Richard Sherman here. He's gonna diagnose our secondary as he always does. And I'm gonna go with you guys got 29-18, 28-19. Who? I'm gonna go 30, 35, 24. 35-24. And then that's it for everybody there. So Mike and Tony just dropped out. So I don't know where it's at. But all right, so let's move on. There's Tony. Week 15. Week 15, we are headed back home. So the Saints game is what, a Sunday?
Yeah. Saints is Sunday at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. game. So that's two 10 a.m. games, the Ravens and the Saints.
Back to back, yeah.
Back-to-back 10 a.m. games. And then we play 1:25 Pacific time at home against the Falcons.
Hold up, Nick. Did you every game that you were thinking of go to, did you predict we lose every one of those games, or you have us winning any of those games?
No, he got us winning the Tampa Bay game.
I have us winning Tampa Bay
game. You're going to that game. Okay.
Yeah. And I personally, it's just so fun there, win or loss, as long as we're not getting blown out like we did when we played Dallas when me and Mike went, and it's an actual game. I have us pretty close games. I've only been to last year was the only game I went to at Levi that we won. I'm 1-1 there. So
yeah, I have the worst schedule here of all of us. I'm like 0-4. But or 4 0-5, and the 0-5, one at Levi's against Chicago, or when we open the stadium, and then at Seattle, and we all know our struggles at Seattle. So
yeah,
I've been to too many Seattle losses in Century.
Jason Blair, I need you to text me at that number 628-888-3443 so I can send you the link. You keep asking in the room. I keep telling you to text me. So 628-888-3443.
If I told you guys my record for the games I've attended, you guys would ban me from going to 49er games. You would straight up ban me. I'm not even kidding. So I saw us. The first game I ever went to was a Detroit Lions game in like 2011. No, I don't even remember what year it was. It was a long time ago. And I think that was the only game I've seen us win. I know we won that game, but I've been to plenty. The Eagles games, we lost except for one. Oh, no. So we won two of them. The two Eagles game, one Eagles game we won that I went to. The other one we lost. The Giants game I went to, I got locked in the drunk tank. We lost that one.
What was that like?
It was BS, man. I threw up in the bathroom like right after the opening kickoff.
Yeah.
And a guy was standing next to me. He was like, "Oh man, you have a lot to drink." And I was like, but it was my first time having. I had like these steak kebabs, and they were made like rare. I'd never had rare steak before.
Yeah.
And that's what didn't agree with my stomach, so I threw up in the bathroom. But the guy was an undercover cop. So he was like working in the stadium. So when I told him I was drinking and he saw me threw up, he saw that I threw up. He was like, "All right, you got to come to the drunk tank." And I was like, "I'm not drunk though." He was like, "Well, just get one of your buddies." He was like, "Are you here with someone?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm here with two other people." He was like, "Just get one of them to come and get you and you can leave." Well, the problem is my two buddies were drunk. So I'm calling them and they didn't answer. So finally a fight broke out in the drunk tank and I snuck out. And it was the end of the game by then. I ended up watching the whole game on TV. I went to the Cowboys game with Nick that one year. We lost that one. I went to two Panthers games. We lost both of those. It's just I have just not been good luck for the Niners. I've got to be like 2-6 or something like that. It's crazy. It's crazy how bad my schedule is when I'm there. I went to the Redskins game. That was the game that they benched Hoyer and they put Beathard in. We lost that one also. My record is not good seeing this team in person. It's not. And that I'll be honest with you guys. I'm so superstitious that makes me want to just stay home for all of the games. It really, really does. But what can I say? I'm addicted to this team, so I can't just back out like that. So let's keep this thing moving. Ali, it looks like the two of us are in here.
All right.
We're gonna.
So we got the Falcons next at home, and I think that is Kyle Shanahan's revenge game. And I think that we win that game. They're, they do have good receivers, Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu, Julio Jones, but I don't buy into Matt Ryan too much, especially on the road. And that defense is kind of they don't have the best defense, right? So I think we win this game. This will be the stretch, the playoff stretch they call it. And I think we win this game 33-22.
All right. I like that. 38-22. Let's
33-22.
Oh, 33-22. Okay. Tony, what are your thoughts on this game? And we're finally taking it back home. We're on the road for 2 games. We finally get to go back home, recuperate. We get feeling a little bit better. We're back to our facilities. And we're taking on the Falcons.
This is Kyle's going to be highly motivated for this game. He's going to want to put a show on. And with that being said, it's going to be a win.
Absolutely.
Get creative. He's just going to go crazy. And, again, what week are we in?
15.
15. Knock on wood, everyone's still healthy. They should get the W. And I will say this starts the push going into the playoffs. Now this team, they got that rough part of their schedule out, the road trips, and cross country. Now they're going to start getting their game up to get in rhythm and make that run.
I like it. I'm going to ride your coattails. Oh, go ahead, Nick. What's up?
No, go ahead.
I'm going to ride Tony's coattails here. We saw what a motivated team with emotions can do. When the Niners played Seattle last year, we saw how the team rallied behind Richard Sherman. I think they do this one for the coach. I think that this team comes out no holds bar. Check the movie out. It was pretty good.
And Coleman. Don't forget.
Damn it. You stole it.
That's right.
That's why I hate going last.
That's why I tried to give it to you, bro. I tried.
I think we're coming off of 3 losses. This, like I said, Kyle Shanahan with his history in Atlanta. Tevin Coleman.
3 in a row?
Yeah, I have us losing against the Packers, Ravens, and Saints.
Yep.
So, but that still puts us at, I think, 4 losses or something like that. So, all right. So, not only is this going to be a big game for Kyle Shanahan, and like Mike said, the rally around Richard Sherman when we went back to Seattle, this is going to be a huge game for Tevin Coleman. I think this is a game that gets him like super amped up. Him not really being the number one there and things like that. And I think he gets fired up. He has a huge game. So, Mike, you had us winning?
I didn't say.
Oh, you didn't say yet. Or Tony, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And Ali, you had us winning too, 33-22, right? I caught the end of that. So, all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to have us winning here too. And I don't think this is going to be a close game. I think we are going to win this game 35-10.
Put me down for 42-17. Yeah. It's that real for Kyle Shanahan. It is that real. He's not going to like coming off of back-to-back losses. And that's based off of my predictions. He's not going to like that. He's back at home. He's feeling comfortable. He wants to show people, look, don't start counting us out. Don't think that we were flukes, and what you've seen so far this season was whatever. And he wants to put it on his former team. The team will rally. I see defensive touchdowns here. I see special teams turnovers. That it's going to be a really good all-around game for the 49ers. I can't say the same for the Falcons.
And I just want to add one thing. Kwan Alexander played the game of his life versus the Falcons. So he's familiar with that offense.
Yep.
I think the defense will be ready.
100%. 100%. So, all right. We're going to keep this thing moving, I guess. We have week 16 at home again. So we got back-to-back home games. This one's against Rams. And you guys already know how I feel about the Rams. I said we're not losing anymore. So I'll go first.
Before you get into your prediction, just a little schedule caveat. It's saying it's saying on the 49ers website for this. It's saying TBD Saturday or Sunday. So it could be December 21 or 22. Now, I don't know what the TBD is, why they would have it on Saturday or Sunday. But this game, it could be on Saturday or Sunday.
Nick has those details.
Saturday, it would be a nationally televised
Nick, do you have the details for that?
Yeah, it's the best 3 of the following week 16 games will be played on Saturday of that week. The other 2 will be played on Sunday. Decision made no later than following week 8. The Rams and Niners, Raiders, Chargers, Texans, Buccaneers, and Bills, Patriots.
So we can count out the Texans and Buccaneers. The Bills and the Patriots.
That could be interesting.
So is it more likely that it will be on Sunday night or Saturday night?
Saturday. With as good as we have us being, it's going to be Saturday.
Saturday night?
Yeah, probably 8 o'clock. 7:45 start. Because
Saturday, we're the West Coast team, so we'll get the late game.
So 5 Pacific, yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Bright lights, baby. Bright lights, baby.
Go ahead, Mikey.
Yeah, the Niners take this W again here. This one's going to be a close one. Sean McVay's not going to want to get embarrassed when they flex us into prime time here. McVay's going to come out and he's not going to hold anything back. And I think that they're going to be fighting for their playoff shot here, the wild card. They're not winning the division. We got the division, but they're going to be fighting for their wild card spot here. And he's going to go crazy. The Rams are going to put up 27 points on us. But I got the Niners winning this one 31-27. 31-27 for the Niners.
Got it.
I like the Niners in this game as well. Like I said previously, the previous game, this is starting their push for the playoffs. And listen, guys, if this holds true, what we're predicting, we have only 4 losses. Levi's going to be packed. Levi's going to be loud, and that team, they're going to feed off the energy of the stadium and the fans, and they're going to come out and they're going to play. And I got them with the W here.
All right, Tony. Ali.
This is tough. This is a tough one. I don't think we win here.
Hold on, Ali, really quick, because I know we got to get this fan on before the end of the show here. And he's asking if we get the number. You can't post phone numbers in the chat unless you're the host. And so if you're typing it in there, we don't see it.
Yeah, I keep trying to tell him that.
So Jason, listen, man, 628-888-3443. You got to send us a text.
Or send me an email at nick@nothingbutniners.com.
Yeah, you got to send that, man. We're getting down to the wire here for you. So make sure you send that to us, nick@nothingbutniners.com. It's spelled all the way out. All right, so make sure you get that to us quickly so we can get you on here, bud. All right, Ali, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I don't think we win here. I think it's. I think I have us losing both games to the Rams. They're the champions of the NFC West. You got to beat them. You got to show me to beat them. Yeah, that. Yeah, I don't think I have us losing the first Rams game as well, right?
Which week was that? That was week 6?
Week 6, yeah.
Week 6, yes, 24-19.
Yeah, it could be something similar to that. I'm gonna say we lose 20 to 17.
They don't have anybody in their secondary that can keep up with our guys. They don't have the speed out there, man.
We don't have guys right now, though.
We have Marquise Goodwin. We have Dante Pettis.
No.
We have George Kittle. They're not
Kid-
running down any of
Kid-
those guys.
Kittle and I guess Pettis, but we really don't
I
have
didn't even
anybody
name
else.
the running backs though. Like the running backs all have speed. Also, we got the fastest backfield in the NFL. They don't have anybody that can catch those guys from behind. No one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not trying to convince you. I like it, but I'm just letting you know.
I think our interior will struggle against Donald again. He could be havoc inside there. So I need to see it. I need to see it. We need to beat the Rams first before I can believe. I don't believe yet. So, and that Rams game that we won late in Jimmy's first year, it was against the Rams second roster, so it was not really beating them.
I feel you. I respect that. I respect it. All right, Nick, I'm not going to skip you. See, I'm getting better now. It only took 16 tries.
Ali, what was your prediction, your score?
20 to 17.
2017 loss, right?
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, I said earlier we're going to sweep the Rams, so there's nothing. I think this will be a little bit more of a hard-fought battle, but I think we pull it out. I'm going to go 24-21, and I think we win this game 24-21.
Someone just asked what I was smoking. It was a Cohiba. 24-21, Nick. I like that, man. I like that a lot, bro. I like it.
All right, so let's see. Last game of the year. Seattle.
In Seattle. Right now, the Seattle Seahawks and the Rams are battling for a wild card spot.
I want to go first on this one.
Take it home, man. So that way we can't take nothing from you.
All right. So the beginning of the year, I have us losing to Seattle at home in week 10. And I said that I think we split with Seattle. We're coming off of 1, 2, 3. I got us winning against the Falcons. So we'll be 3-2 in the previous 5 weeks. This week 17 game is a huge game. I think it comes down to this game.
What's our record for you leading up to this game really quick? I know I'm asking a lot.
So I had 7-1 before week 10. So 7 let me hold on. Where did I go? Week 10? Was it week 10? All right, so I have 1, 2.
I mean, just count the losses.
Yeah, I'm looking for them now. All right, so 1 loss. 2, 3, 4, 5.
You got us with 5 losses. So right now,
9-5 right now.
Yeah, this is crazy. This might be a wild card for us instead.
9-5. This is coming up for the division. This game is going to be for the division, and we finally conquer Seattle in Seattle for a division win.
Sorry, Nick,
division win.
You're 10-5. If you have us with 5 losses, then 10-5.
10-5. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's
'Cause
9.
No, it would be 9-5.
9-5 coming into this game, and if he gives us the win, then we're 10-5.
No,
Oh,
then
no.
we're
It's
10-5
5 going in. This will be
11-5.
Yeah. You're right. My bad.
Sorry, 11-5 to win the division in Seattle, and Seattle will no longer be a problem to us in Seattle after this game. And I have us winning this game. Let's see. I have us winning this game 33-15.
God, in Seattle?
in Seattle.
And we bringing Ted Ginn back?
Statement game.
I can't wait to see what Ali has to say about this game, man. Ali, are we getting one against Seattle in Seattle, bro?
Can I hear what my record is? What am I at?
Too many losses. You got us losing like 6 games so far. Maybe 7. I don't know if you got us making the playoffs this year or not, man. That's crazy to me. All right. I like this. I like Ali trying to be calm. I can't wait to get your opinion after the draft.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how you change it up after the draft. It's gonna be
draft class to come, because if we hit this draft out of the park, I think this could be the last time for a long time we're picking that high.
I tell you what, our first 3 picks are the most important picks this entire draft. Whether we trade down or not, our first 3 picks are the most important picks.
Quality versus quantity.
And while Nick is looking that up, Nick has been saying he's been adamant about.
Yeah, Nick, I was just wondering what my record is. What I have is going in right now.
All right, go ahead. I'll tell you.
While you're looking that up, something that Nick has been saying on pretty much all these mock drafts that he's been doing is, we're staying put at 2, and the only way he's trading is if we get 2 first-round picks this year. He didn't even say 1 this year and 1 next year. Nick has been adamant that the only way we trade out of 2 is if we can get 2 first-round picks this year. And I didn't realize that the Packers had 2 picks. So when he's done this, counting up Ali's record, I want to know if he would be willing to take those 2 picks from the Packers and move way down. I think they got like 17 and what?
No,
12 and 30.
12 and 30?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really want to know if you would take those 2 picks. Because that's I think the entire time you've been saying that, you've been thinking Giants or Raiders, but 2 first rounds technically would be 12 and 30. So I want to know if you would take those picks, or are the Packers not trade partners for you this year?
I would take that 12 and 30. And the reason I would do that is because you could literally move back up in the first round with that 30 pick somewhere up higher, a little bit higher, and give up something else, but you're getting 2 first-round picks. And 12, you could probably still get Burns, possibly, at 12, if you still want to go edge there. If you don't want to go edge right there, you could take something else, obviously, of need at that 12 pick. And you could probably still sneak and get – I know a lot of people won't want to hear this, but you could still sneak and take if you don't want to go edge first, you could still get probably a Jaquai Polite later in the second, third, or even at 30.
All right. Well, what's Ali's record? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to.
It looks like he has 7 losses right now.
All right.
So 8-7 right now.
8-7 right now.
Going into Seattle. Oh man.
Yeah. What's up, Ali? Let the faithful know how you feel about the team. What's up? 3 years of Kyle Shanahan. We got this one going down as a healthy thing. We're not playing an injury game right now. Are we only 8-8 after Shanahan gets all of his weapons? After Salah gets his pass rusher? Are we still only 8-8? Jason Verrett is healthy, one of the best corners in the league when he's healthy. Are we still only 8-8, or are we finally going to get a winning record?
Without seeing the draft class, we're still losing this game.
Oh.
So you got us losing to Seattle both times?
Yeah.
Wow, Ali.
Swept by the Rams and swept by Seattle?
Yeah.
Score prediction 22-15.
How is Seattle doing it? How are they doing it, man? How are they doing it? We finally can neutralize Russell Wilson. I don't know who their running back is going to be. And I don't know who their wide receivers are going to be. Didn't they just lose their top wide receiver? They don't have a tight end. Their offensive line is still horse shite.
They have Russell Wilson.
And they have an upset Frank Clark, who is tweeting out that they lied to me. And we still can't beat them. We're still getting swept by them. Oh boy, that hurts. That hurts. All right. I respect it. Tony, man.
But I promise you this will change depending on if we hit a home run with our draft.
All right. So 8-8.
This is pre-draft, right? So
this is the thing that cracks me up. Everybody in the room, in the chat room, and I just caught up with it, is basically saying we're not going to win in Seattle because we haven't won there since 2011. Do you realize how much better this team got, like, before the draft? Seattle has gone down, and I know we say this every year, but I truly think this is probably going to be the year because obviously when we beat him, what was the biggest key? When we beat Seattle, what was one of the biggest keys defensively?
Pass rush. We were all over him.
Pass rush. DeForest Buckner had a big game. Eric Armstead had a big game. Fred Warner had a big game. Richard Sherman had a big game. And now we're adding D Ford to another position of pass rush.
We're adding D Ford. We're adding Jason Verrett.
Jason Verrett on the other side where they picked
Alexander, not some Elijah Lee. Quan Alexander.
Not a Cassius Marsh.
Here's the thing. Seattle, and you guys can argue this all you want, they always get the call. They always get the call, and they always are they no matter what, like it seems against us at that game, if there's a crucial moment in Seattle, we're playing them, it's a close game, which it has been close for a few times there. They always get that one crucial call. And I have the game around 15-15, and they'll get that one crucial call, and they'll score that touchdown, and we won't be able to answer back. They always get the call.
He's right.
They didn't last game.
That was at home, though.
That was at home. In Seattle, they always get the call.
He's right. He's telling.
And it's infuriating. It's infuriating.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, I understand that, but if you make it to where that one call doesn't matter, then it's as simple as that.
But
don't allow the game to be dictated by the referees.
So do you have us it not being a close game where it's not down to that?
I just told you what it was, 33-17.
Oh wow.
It's not a close game at all.
Wow.
Call me a homer. I see people calling me a homer in there. Call me whatever you want. But when the Niners go in and beat the shit out of Seattle in Seattle this year, just remember, I'm going to tell you I told you so.
Tony, you're awfully quiet over there, man. You're stewing. You're stewing over there. I want to know Tony's record also. Nick, you should just start counting it out, man. Just let us know everyone's record so far.
I'm listening, and Ali makes a valid point. They do get calls there. But I think this team is to the point where they're not going to allow the game to get to that point to depend on the call. I also think if we all watch, I'm sure on 49ers.com, everybody watched that locker room video after the 49ers beat Seattle at home. And Sherman looked like a man possessed. And all the players were looking at him like, okay, we got this. We beat this team. We could beat them. They're human. We could beat them. And guess what? They're going to go to Seattle, and they're going to beat them up there. Because I promise you, that team is going to be ready, not only from Sherman, also from Saleh, also from Malcolm Smith if he makes the final roster. That team is going to be ready, and they're going to be pumped up because those guys want to make a point that this team could beat that team in their house. We already proved we beat them in Levi's, but this team's on a mission, okay? And this is the way you want to finish going into the playoffs. So I got them as a W going into Seattle, beating them. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think it's going to be enough where if Seattle has the ball the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, they could score and it won't affect the outcome of the game.
So, do you have us winning or losing?
Winning.
What's the final score?
He hasn't given.
Oh, you didn't give no scores. I'm sorry. Sorry, I was trying to deal with Scott McCoon wants to jump in real quick. He texted me, so.
All right. And I told you guys that we weren't losing any more games after the Saints game. So this is going to be a win for me. I do agree with Ali and what Tony were saying that they get the call. And I'm not going to say that they won't get calls, but I do see the Niners being up by about 9 or 10 points. Seattle's going down the field. They're going to drive. They're going to get in the end zone because they're going to get some calls. It's going to come down to an onside kick, and this is going to be too little, too late. Give me my 49ers winning against Seattle. I'm going to say 27 for us, 22 for them. No. 27-24. 27-24.
Yo, so Speed Kills. He says Nick will be on a plane on fire, nosediving at whatever, and I'd still be sitting there saying it'd be okay. Yeah, you're right, because I'm not afraid of fire. I was a fireman. I was a career fireman. I don't care. Like, dude, life hits you. Like, if you're going to crash, you're going to crash. And guess what? I'm going to crash and burn with my theory that the Niners whoop Seattle's ass in Seattle in Week 17.
I love how people look at
it. It aggravates me because of the fact that they just keep saying that we can't do it. We haven't done it.
They said the same thing last year when we were at home. Seattle's beat us. It was something crazy like 10 times in a row. They had a 10-game winning streak. We had the backup quarterback, backup running back, backup linebackers. Like we were beat to hell in that game, and we still went out there and won.
Could someone pull up the roster, the starting lineup for that game versus Seattle at home?
Give me a second here. I'll see if I can get it.
You had
I'm trying to get
a quarterback. You had Nick Mullins a quarterback. You Juszczyk at fullback.
What week was that?
You had a platoon of Breida and
All right, I got it. So we had Nick Mullins, Matt Breida. The backup running back was Wilson.
Yes.
Dante Pettis, Kendrick Bourne, Marquise Goodwin, Trent Taylor, obviously Selleck and Kittle. That was our offense that game. That was our offense that game. Our linebackers were Elijah Lee and Fred Warner. Mark Nazalcha played in that game also. Eric Armstead, DJ Jones. Richard Sherman played in there. So did Solomon Thomas. So did Cassius Marsh. That's really it.
Wow. Who was our running back? We had the Wilson, right? As our running
Jeff
back?
Wilson.
It was Jeff Wilson. Matt Breida was in there also, though. Matt Breida played that game too.
Yeah. So the other thing is Dante Pettis killed Seattle that week.
Well, not just that week. Dante Pettis ripped them apart both weeks.
That's what I'm saying. Even when they destroyed us, Dante Pettis destroyed them. Like, I just don't understand why fans are so negative. Like,
Dante Pettis. Go ahead.
I'm not trying to be negative. I'm saying it. Obviously, our roster is a lot better. It's just something with that stadium, with that team that we can't beat them there. And
you're right.
And we could have on paper right now. I would take the 49ers roster over the Seattle roster on paper, and even with an inferior wide receiving corps, but it's something with that stadium and with that team. We have difficulty, whether it be calls, whether it be mistakes. We just seem to shoot ourselves in the foot when we play them.
That's why the best way to beat this team, you go down there, you take the ball, and you punch them right in the fucking face and take the crowd out of the game.
I agree.
That's how you do
That's
it.
how you beat them. You run the ball, and you run it, and you run it, and you run it, and you run it, and you don't stop running it until they can prove they can stop it. And you run the ball, and you bring all different kind of disguises against Wilson, and you make Wilson just make mistakes and have him so out of breath by running around that he just wants to turn off and hand the ball back. And I agree, Tony. That's how you beat him.
Dante Pettis' stat line, those 2 games against Seattle, 10 receptions, 212 yards, and 2 touchdowns. They couldn't do anything to stop that kid.
What was his stats in the second game? Because somebody's trying to tell me that he only had good stats because we were getting blown out.
No, he had the second game, the one that we won.
He had a better game.
No, he had a better game the first time. The second game was 5 receptions for 83 yards.
Okay,
He
83
averaged
yards.
16 yards of reception against them. And the first game he had 5 receptions for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. You got to stop him. You can either stop him or you can't, and they can't. They could not figure out how to stop Dante Pettis. So, look, people are going to go back and forth, and I understand that 49er fans are afraid of Seattle in Seattle. I'm not one of those fans. All right, so we got my man in here now. Let's see what he's got to say. Give us your overall thoughts on the schedule. What do you think about the early bye week? And give us a final record prediction before the draft, obviously. We won't hold you to it.
Scott, if you just touch the top of the screen, it should come down with a mute button. Just hit that mute, and it'll take you off.
Almost got it. Almost there. Did you mute him, Nick, or did he mute himself?
I muted him at first because it kept pulling up when people were talking.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
So I can't take him off mute.
Let me see if I can do it on my end. Oh, no, I can't take him off. There's got to be a way that he can do it, though. He should be able to do it.
Yeah, if he just touches the screen or slides up from the bottom, one or the other, it should pop up with the microphone. I just don't understand all the hate with like why everybody thinks the Niners can't. We've upgraded pass rush. We've upgraded at the running back position. We've upgraded at quarterback. Oh, there he goes. Scott, can you hear us?
Yeah, my argument about you guys saying about whoever said that you can't win Seattle. We do have the defense. We have speed on defense. Seattle does not have safeties. They do not have Thomas no more. Thomas went to Baltimore Ravens in free agency. Who's their safety to be in his spot?
And it don't matter who it is. He's not as good as Thomas. That's the important part.
And Thomas was the reliable safety that they had, even when they had Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman. You guys know? They don't have that no more. They don't have the boom defense anymore. They don't have that good defense no more. And on offense, we're going to go to playoffs no matter what. Even if we exit out in the first rounds, we're going to go to the playoffs. We're going to beat our division. We're going to sweep the Seahawks. We're going to beat them at home. We're going to beat them at their place. We're going to show them who the Niners are really.
What do you have?
Underdogs.
You've been in the show watching us all night, I pretty much. But what do you have us going overall?
I believe us going to 12-4 or 13-3.
12-4, 13-3. Okay. What games do you think we'll have the hardest time and lose to? What are those
really,
3 or 4?
The debating on the scheduling and not the schedule, but the time zones. Like when they play back-to-back 10 a.m. games are a little hard for the Niners in recent years and overall. But you got to think the Browns have defense and offense. It's going to be a little difficult, but we're going to be able to get them by a couple points. But otherwise, it's come down to game time at the end of the game, really, who has the last possession of the ball. And then I do have us kind of losing at the Saints because Saints can't play on real grass. They do play the best at their home. And then you also got, who else was it?
You got the Saints as tough games. You got the Packers as tough games. You play the Rams twice. The Steelers at home.
I mean, with the Steelers, the Steelers aren't the same no more. They're not. Juju Smith-Schuster cannot be the number one receiver. They even showed it when he was the number one receiver when Antonio Brown was out for a game, and he was double coverage. And he missed catches. He can't do it. And Drew Brees, that game, he might be able to pick on Richard Sherman, but you got Jason Verrett on the other side.
I think a lot of people are like, I don't know, man. right now we're basing this off of, and just so people in the chat room
Yeah,
know,
with no draft picks or anything.
yeah, this is not even upgrading our team anymore. We could literally go out and have a boom or bust draft, and this could change everything we're talking about. But right now, for me, with the upgrades that we made on the positions we were losing last year, pass rush, cornerback, even the signing of Jimmy Ward and getting him healthy, the signing of Tevin Coleman, getting a healthy Matt Breida, getting Jimmy Garoppolo back, getting Jerick McKinnon back, we could have easily won 6 more games last year.
And think about this:
especially the close games.
The tweet that came out today saying that George Kittle was injured since the Raiders game.
Oh,
I don't know how many people saw that. George Kittle was injured since the Raiders game, which explains why Kyle Shanahan didn't go back to him in the second half. That explains that
Broncos
also.
Game.
Yeah, the Broncos. Come on, man. Oh my God.
He easily could have broken Shannon Sharp's record. He easily could have had at least almost 300 yards.
Yeah, he definitely could have. He definitely could have. And like I said, right now we're basing this off of we're not bringing out a practice squad quarterback for an entire season. We're not bringing out one running back who constantly keeps coming back in and back out.
We're switching with 3 running backs, and we have Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be healthy this year.
With you have Matt Breida coming in and out with a nagging injury because there's really nobody else on the roster to play. You lost Raheem Mostert, going to help us tremendously again with special teams. You get Tevin Coleman, who's going to be a nightmare matchup. Same with Jerick McKinnon. Nobody's going to know week in, week out who the starting running back is going to be. One week, I think it's going to be McKinnon who takes the big load, but Breida and Coleman are sprinkled in. The following week, week 1, we may see a ton of Tevin Coleman, and then the next team, the Bengals, go and game plan and go for Tevin Coleman to be the main back, but now Jerick McKinnon or Matt Breida is the main back, and now McKinnon is sprinkled in, and they don't know what to do. They don't know who to game plan for. I think that's a huge advantage for us as well, and I just don't understand why people are so doubting the Niners right now when we easily could have won 6 more games last year. I'll say 6 games. I'll take it to 4 or 5. You're still at 7 games right there.
That's more games than we won in the past.
Right. And then people are still going to say 8-8, 7-9. But
since 2014 when Jim Harbaugh was there.
Yeah. So, Mike, what are your thoughts, buddy?
I just want to know what my record is after you count me in for the win for the Seahawks. Like I said, I got us winning the division and I got us in the Super Bowl. I made this bet 2 years ago and I'm sticking to it. And I have no reason to believe that it's not going to happen. I honestly and truly believe that we have the greatest offensive coordinator in the NFL, the best play caller. And I believe that the defense is finally getting the pieces that they need and deserve to take this next step forward. So I'm all in. All the chips are on the table right now.
Do you guys think that tackling will be an issue for us this year?
No, tackling wasn't an issue for us the last 12 weeks of the year. We started out really bad. It wasn't an issue for the rest of the season.
And then they kicked it in gear.
And
Mike, you have us at 4 losses right now.
12-4. I'll take it absolutely.
So this is what I got to say about the Browns game. Whoever said that we can't cover their wide receivers, we do got corners now. We got Jason Verrett and Richard Sherman. We're going to shut down OBJ and Jarvis Landry. Who's going to leave their wide receiver? And Bradley Chubb cannot run on that defense. Sorry to tell you guys that. Or Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have a problem with the run game. I definitely think we'll
not even with if we get Nick Bosa or Quentin Williams. No, there's no way. He's not running.
I don't think we'll have an issue with the run game. Like I said, our run game was good. Our rush defense was good last year. I think we were ranked 3rd in the league rush defense. Go ahead, Mike.
I got a family emergency, fellas. I got to jump off of here. It's been a lot of fun, and I will definitely be back on. You guys will see me. Don't worry. It's nothing but Niners all day, every day. So I'm out of here, though. I'm not going to hit stop like I did last time.
Yeah, don't do that.
You're in as us, right?
Yes.
Should I just – I'm afraid
just exit out.
All right. If it ends, I apologize. It's been a great show. I'm just going to close this window. All right, guys?
All right. So I think rush defense we don't have to worry about. I think we will have a little bit of issues with OBJ or Jarvis Landry due to the fact that Richard Sherman has slowed down a lot. He does, but he wasn't fully 100% healthy last year, so I want to see how he is this year. But I still, like I said, I think the biggest point of that game for me is going to be pass rush, and I think knocking Baker Mayfield off his game. If we can't knock Baker Mayfield off his game, I think they'll eat us up the entire night against our corners, whether it's Verrett, Weatherspoon, or Richard Sherman in there. That's just my personal opinion. Ali, you got anything else on that one?
No, I think I'm good with that.
Tony, you got anything else on that one?
No, I'm good.
All right, so we're just touching almost the 2-hour mark, so I want to kind of try to turn this into a podcast. Scott, I appreciate you coming on, giving us your full schedule breakdown, as in what you think we're gonna be, and looking forward to the draft, guys. If you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to us. It's right up here, right up there. Make sure you check out our latest video as well, and guys, we will be live for the entire draft, so make sure you come on if you want to jump on and join in with us as well. Send us a text. Let us know. Send us an email. Let us know. Talk to you in the chat as well. And want to say thank you to everybody that joined tonight, sticking with us as well. Ray, Anything Goes, David Royce, Tim Duncan, Hall of Fame coach, Joel Rodriguez, Ronnie Burton, Team Ronnie, and obviously West Coast, and a bunch of other names. I can't go through them all right now, guys. But
I got one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
If we do draft Josh Allen, we got our linebacker / outside linebacker right there. We get him. We don't have to get a middle linebacker.
Well, we don't need a middle linebacker. We need a Sam linebacker, and I'm not drafting Josh Allen at number 2 as a Sam. So
no, I'd rather take, like you guys said, Nick Bosa if he's still there, because Cardinals. I did see that earlier. But also, we don't know anything about them. I did see something about yesterday about, their GM was talking about, Josh Rosen's the first one here and everything. He's a good guy. But, I mean, in the video, their 2019 hype video, you didn't see him in there. So we don't know what's going on with them. But also, a lot of people do know he's going to get traded.
Yeah, and we'll see. We'll see.
The predictions is the Giants, the Redskins, really the only 2 teams that I heard.
Yeah, definitely is. So, all right. So, guys, like I said, make sure you like that, our previous video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out our YouTube, our SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Play, wherever you listen to your podcast app, whatever it is. Type in NB Niners, NBN, Nothing But Niners. You'll find it. Check out our website, nothingbutniners.com. And like I said, check us out on Twitter and Snapchat, Nothing But 9, the number 9, ERS, and Facebook and Instagram, Nothing But Niners, all spelled out. Check us out here on Draft Day. We will be back next Sunday. What's today? Wednesday. We'll be back live tomorrow, finishing up our general manager grading system. And then we will be obviously on Sunday. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, guys, unless we have breaking news, we are your number 1 go-to for breaking news as well. So make sure you like and subscribe, hit the little bell for the notifications, and above all else, stay faithful. We out of here. Peace.